Midland Eye Care wants you to know the pervasive use of technology can lead to digital eye strain, burning or tired eyes, headaches, fatigue, loss of focus, blurred or double vision. Overexposure light from electronic devices may also increase the likelihood of developing serious eye conditions such as age-related macular degeneration. To give your eyes a rest, remember 20-20-20. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at something 20 feet away. This message brought to you by Midland Eye Care, your vision source on Eastman Road in Midland, on Cedar and Gladwin, and now on East Washington in Freeland.
That ball is gone! And if you want to hit one out of the park for Midland, listen up. The Midland Area Community Foundation just launched something special, the Wavemakers Society.
The Wavemakers Society is how the Midland Area Community Foundation brings people together to invest in our community's future. It's about creating ripples of generosity that grow into waves of lasting change. When we all give a little with intention, we build permanent community capital that supports Midland's greatest needs now and for generations to come.
That's a game changer. Step up to the plate and join the team shaping Midland's future.
Learn more at midlandfoundation.org.
Make waves. Create ripples. Shape Midland's future today.
Since 2007, the Michigan Baseball Foundation has invested over $1.8 million into our communities, supporting over 350 projects across 14 Michigan counties. From restoring Alma Little League fields to creating nature-based classrooms at the Chippewa Nature Center and enhancing accessibility at the middle of the Mitt Miracle Field, MBF is making a real difference. Every ticket to a Great Lakes Loons game helps fund these initiatives. Join us in building a stronger, more vibrant community. Learn more at MichiganBaseballFoundation.org.
We got a game, boys!
This week on Sunday Night Football.
Conference Championship Sunday is on the Mitt. The AFC features the New England Patriots and Denver Broncos. The NFC's got the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks. Our coverage starts at 2 on Sunday, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Don't miss a moment right here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. Local sports don't stop when the game ends, and neither do we. 100.9 The Mitt is your digital home for the latest news across the state of Michigan. From high school to college and the pros, it's all on our socials. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search 100.9 The Mitt and join the squad. Stay locked in on the latest stats and stories with exclusive video takes from local talent. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland. Michigan sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. And now we've got a show dedicated to die-hard sports fans like you. Hosted by a guy who's borderline obsessed with the wins and losses of all your favorite teams.
He's crazy.
Every weekday morning from 9 to noon, Ben Bosscher brings you the talk that matters. The teams, the stories, and the players you care about most. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
Remember that.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday here in the great state of Michigan. Let's do it. Let's get this thing out of the way. It's cold. It's really cold outside. We're going to keep this a mostly sports show, but I feel like we by law just kind of have to do this. So let's rip the Band-Aid off, and then we can put it in the past and not talk about it. Kyle, what's the coldest you've ever been in your entire life?
What's the coldest I've ever been?
Yeah.
It could be.
I hear a lot of radio today talking just about the weather. I don't really want to conform to all the other radio stations. So I want to continue on with a normal day, but let's just.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't
feel
really.
Like we just have to do it for a minute or two.
I mean, I just can't really properly think of the most cold I've ever been in my whole life. Probably sometime when you were a kid and you were standing out waiting for the school bus to come out in the morning when it was freezing cold out. That's probably on up the top of the list.
Mine was, without a doubt, Western Michigan, game day, back when they were undefeated in 2015 season, I guess that would have been. They're like 11-0. Game day comes to Kalamazoo. I'm sitting out in the cold watching the game day stuff. We get there way early. We're tailgating. And by the time we were ready to leave, I legit don't think I could feel my feet. Western was up like a 67-0. I was so cold that I thought I would never unthaw.
That's pretty good.
That's the coldest I've ever been.
I would think about the game the Snow Bowl that happened at Central Michigan with Western 3 years ago, I think that was now.
Left at halftime in that game.
Yeah, I also
Couldn't
did.
do it.
I also left at halftime, but the first half was really cold. So, yeah, those are probably my coldest moments.
And this morning, of course, when I tried to go outside to start my car. It's like, do I really want to go into work today? Yes, I do, because we have to talk about Aiden Hutchinson, who got nominated for 2 different awards today. We also have to talk about the AFC and NFC championship that's occurring on Sunday. Man, conference championship weekend. It's not quite divisional weekend, but it's close. Get to finally find out our Super Bowl matchup by the end of the weekend. Well, you're shaking your head like you disagree.
The divisional is just better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just totally is. It's more games. The conference championships are more on the line, of course, but the divisional is just better.
I'd say the Sunday is the best individual day this upcoming Sunday of the year.
Ooh. Yeah, that's probably right.
At least for the NFL calendar. We're going to get to all that and a lot more. We've got our first Mel Kiper mock draft, because those things are never wrong. So we'll jump into that here momentarily as well. Let's just get this out of the way as well. Number 1 prediction for this weekend. I give you 4 options. Pistons sweep this weekend. They got the Rockets tonight. They got the Kings on Sunday. Kings are an embarrassment of the NBA. Pistons are favored by 3.5 tonight. We'll see if Cade's playing. I think he's going to be back from the illness that kept him out of one game earlier this week. Big time matchup. Prime time on Amazon Prime. Pistons sweep the season series, or one of the 1 seeds goes down, Seattle or Denver, or Michigan wins by 20-plus points versus Ohio State. What are we the most confident in this weekend?
I mean, it has to be one of the 1 seeds going down, right?
Yeah.
That just has to be the answer. You have one of the 1 seeds as a 4.5-point underdog at home. That just in general just chalks them up as a loser. And then second, even if Jared Stidham can somehow find out a way, it's Rams-Seahawks part 3. Anything could happen, It's got to be that.
I think you're right. Maybe the right question was both the 1 seeds.
Yeah, what about both?
Win. That I think is almost equally as unlikely, though, because I think I'm going to be, not to spoil the picks, but I think I've been pretty clear about this for the last couple of months. I'm rocking with the Rams. I know Seattle has had the push as of late, the surge. They've looked like the better team for 5 straight weeks. It's not like the Rams closed their season very strong by any means necessary. But I think I'm just going to lean on the quarterback that I trust more, the coach that I trust more. We did the exercise at the beginning of the playoffs. Let's just really simple way to think about some of these playoff matchups. Who is the better coach? Rams. Who is the better quarterback? Rams. Who is the better defense? Seattle. 2 of the 3 things lean in favor of the Rams. Just pick the Rams. Sometimes it's that simple. Sometimes it's even more simple. Which quarterback do you like more? Matt Stafford. Okay, I know Seattle's defense is, they've recreated this Legion of Boom. They are fast and furious, play mostly in the nickel, yet somehow have the 4th highest pressure rate in the NFL despite not really blitzing. I understand all that stuff. I respect all that stuff. I just don't trust Sam Darnold to not at some point throw an interception in this game. He didn't throw one last week. All the more reason I think he's going to throw one on Sunday.
He's due, you're saying?
He's due. He is. I'm going to be picking the Rams later on. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, let's just air out our picks now, huh? Text John. You don't have to come in.
He'd probably be thrilled. He doesn't have to go out into the cold.
That's a really good point.
And then on the other side of things with the Denver and the Patriots game, I don't know. I feel like people are discrediting Denver maybe a little bit too much. I don't think the Broncos can win 2 games in a row and win a Super Bowl with Jared Stidham, but I don't know, man. It feels like people are just expecting Stidham to kind of show up to the field on Sunday and hand the ball off 40 times, I don't really think that's how it's going to go. I kind of trust Sean Payton to put Jarrett Stidham in a situation where all he has to do is manage the game, and Denver could potentially come out on top if the defense can play well.
Yeah, if there is a single coach that you would want to, I mean, he's like the king of Bo Nix threw only checkdowns his whole rookie year.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And they won a lot of games.
Yeah, like if there's a coach that you want in this situation with the backup quarterback in a one-game scenario, Sean Payton is probably at the top of the list.
Yeah. Matt LaFleur, from a schematic standpoint, might be near the top, but then you have to take
It's
into
a playoff
consideration
game,
his,
of course,
his playoff history and the clock management stuff with him, so he gets disqualified as well. And that was totally me just unnecessarily taking a dig at Jordan Love because I think he has a spoon-fed offense and can't actually go up and down the field. Any chance I can do, I have to take a dig at the Packers. I think I'm going to do it. So apologies for that, but not really. We're just going to gloss past Michigan wins by 20 against Ohio State.
I was thinking about it. What are they tonight? 15.5-point favorites?
14.5.
Which is just hilarious based off of, I mean, they really haven't been punking teams lately. I know they did.
They are
against
back
Indiana.
at home.
They're back at home. They were back at home on Tuesday as well. Ohio State obviously isn't as good as a lot of these other. I mean, they're fine. They're a middle of the pack Big Ten team this season, but it would be right for Michigan to get back on the right track in this game. I mean, they have been back on the right track, but I mean, on the track of when they're beating teams by 30 every game.
Yeah.
Because of their schedule next week. You know, because you have to go Nebraska, Michigan State. Like, you're likely not going to beat those teams by 25 plus. So it'd be nice to kind of bring that tonight. I could totally see it. I just think it's the one that I'm least going for compared to the other ones.
The Michigan basketball team is funny to me right now in the sense that at the beginning of the year, we think this is like preseason. This is the Yaxel Lenderberg team, you know, one of the favorites to win the Wooden Award. And then the first couple games of the season, it's like, oh, this is like the Ade Mara squad. No one's going to be able to stop this guy in the Big Ten. They've got the new version of Zach Edey, who obviously, you know, there might never be another Zach Edey again, but that's kind of what it felt like Michigan had with Ade Mara the first couple weeks of the season. Then this Merez Johnson surge comes a little bit later on, like once the calendar flips, and it's like this guy's become an unstoppable force too. I don't really know who the best player is on a game-to-game basis. Obviously, the most talented guy is Yaxel Lenderberg, but it feels like somebody else steps up as that MVP just about every game for Michigan, which I do think makes them a pretty dangerous March team. That goes without being said, but
right.
that's one of the reasons why I feel like this team can have a ton of success in March.
Yeah, totally. I still think that Yax is their best guy overall, just from a pure talent standpoint, like
For
what
sure.
he does all around. Like he just is so fundamentally sound in basically every aspect of the game.
But how many like MVPs for each individual game would he have? Would he even lead
Right.
the team?
I don't know. Probably not, honestly. But like at the end of the day, he's the guy like in March that I think if Michigan were to win the national championship, he's the most outstanding player of the Final Four.
Sure.
Like to me, that's kind of how I view him. And I just think like despite his age, I'm putting a quote around age because that whole concept has become odd nowadays. I think he's still like absolutely a first-round NBA talent.
Oh yeah.
And so like he has the most sounded skill set on this team. And so I still think he's the best player. But yeah, like you said, that almost is good for Michigan that he's not like this all-star Big Ten player of the year type guy that maybe you thought he was going to be.
I still think there's a chance if they end up getting to the Final Four and there has to be a most outstanding player. I honestly might bet on Ade Mara just because the sheer size that he has, the defensive impact he has on one end, and then just being able to grab a defensive rebound. Like some of that stuff where he just grabs the rebound off the rim and Jokic passes it full court to a dashing Yaxel Lenderberg on the other side. Like some of that stuff's crazy for a 7'4" guy.
Totally.
So the two-way stuff you get with him, I don't know. I think if I had to bet on anybody, it'd probably be him from an impact standpoint for the most outstanding player. All right, look at that. 11 minutes into the show, we hit the weather, we hit Michigan basketball, we hit the Pistons sweeping potentially this weekend, and the NFL playoffs. What more could you want in an open? Or some people are saying maybe this is too much. Maybe we threw too much at the open.
I mean, we know a little bit about something, right?
Wait, do we?
Most of you guys don't know really much about anything.
Oh, my God. I keep forgetting about that. We don't know anything about... Are we most people, though? Maybe we're the exception.
Yeah, we could be the exception.
Amon-Ra, are we the exception to your statement that states
Most of you guys don't know really much about anything.
989-837-6125. We'll hit the Mel Kiper mock draft when we come back and check out what he has the Lions doing at pick number 17. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on 100.9 The Mitt, live on YouTube and Facebook as well. Don't forget that. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. The 9 o'clock hour, as always, is brought to you by our friends over at Iron Stack Technologies. They help businesses solve real technology problems securely, efficiently, and without the headaches. When your IT is working the way it should, everything else gets a heck of a lot easier. Solution-driven, mission-focused. Find them online at ironstacktechnology.com.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Winning takes preparation, focus, and the right game plan. At Iron Stack Technology, we bring that same approach to IT, helping businesses stay secure, efficient, and ready for what's next. From cybersecurity to managed IT support, Iron Stack builds solutions that let you stay focused on your mission, not your technology. Iron Stack Technology, solution-driven, mission-focused. Learn more at ironstacktechnology.com.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Sharon Mortensen, President and CEO of the Midland Area Community Foundation.
Well, a couple things I'll mention. One I'm really proud of is the work we've done on post-secondary education, because when we think about what really transforms an individual's life, it's education. Mm-hmm. That makes such a difference in the ability to be able to have a livable wage, to be able to contribute to your community, to be able to give back. So the work that we've done in the post-secondary space, because we give out a lot of scholarships, but when I got there, I went, it seems like we're just a processor of scholarships. I want to be a promoter of education.
Yeah. Listen to the full episode on YouTube at 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
At Tommy's Express, you can get your car clean, shiny and dry in just minutes. Our state-of-the-art eco-friendly wash delivers a spotless finish every time. With the Tommy Club app, enjoy unlimited washes or paper wash. Skip the line with license plate recognition and manage everything right from your phone. Fast, clean, and simple. Visit Tommy's Express today and see the difference. Text Clean Card to 86697 for a free works wash.
Offer valid for new guests only. By participating, you consent to receive promotional information text from Tommy's Express. Message and data rates may apply. Message frequency varies.
They know the roads, they know the weather, and they know the community. That's because Forward Energy is fueled by local people who serve the same areas that they live in. Through every sports season and every weather season, they're proud to be on the home team. From automatic deliveries to flexible payment options, Forward Energy makes it easy to stay comfortable all year long. Forward Energy, your hometown propane and fuel supplier since 1925. This winter, the hottest action in Midland isn't on a screen. It's on the court at the Dow Tennis Classic, February 15th through the 22nd. The lights, the speed, the perfect hush just before a match-winning shot. It's all back, and it's more electrifying than ever. Come watch world-class athletes battle for every point, every set, every moment, right here in your own backyard. It's fast, it's fierce, and it is unforgettable. Tickets are on sale now. Visit DowTennisClassic.com. Be there February 15th to the 22nd for the Dow Tennis Classic.
This is more than just a lineup. It's a daily ritual for the die-hard Michigan sports fans. At 6 a.m., Anthony Bellino wakes up the state with Spin on Sports.
I do not believe it.
At 9, the Ben Bosscher Show is appointment listening hosted here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
I would like to buy some Casey Mize stock.
America's Best takes over at noon. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Well, what about Patrick Mahomes?
And at 3, Bill Simonson brings it home on The Huge Show. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt, for the most passionate fans in Michigan.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Yes, we know it's cold. We're ignoring that. Let's jump right into this mock draft that Mel Kiper put out yesterday. This is the first edition of the Mel Kiper mock draft, at least the ones that I've seen. He has the Lions taking offensive line in the first round. However, It's not an offensive tackle. It is the Penn State interior guy, Vega Ione? We'll figure it out before the draft. I promise you that. This is considered the best interior guy in the NFL draft this season. And as much as I would like to say, well, you got to find a tackle because if Taylor Decker retires and or gets cut, first round is the automatic, you have to take this guy. But if you can draft like a generational interior guy in the first round, I don't think there's going to be Lions fans that overhate this one by any means. The problem is, I think it becomes real dicey who's playing left tackle for you next season if Decker does decide to hang it up.
Yeah, this is another one of those scenarios where you really kind of have to get a grasp on what Taylor Decker's decision-making is going to be going into the season. But we had been discussing this, like, in the hypothetical world where, there's those 3 tackles right now that it seems like are the top 3 guys as far as for sure locks to go in the top half of the first round or whatever. If all 3 of those guys are off the board, then what do you pivot to? And you weren't able to trade up and make a move, or you had to give up too much. Is this something you pivot to? I could get behind it, and I think most Lions fans could get behind it just because we know how much of a need the O-line is, and it's still addressing the offensive line at the end of the day. But you got to get a grasp on what Taylor Decker's doing, because if he's not coming back, then you can't just reach for a tackle at 17, I guess, that you don't really love. Or
take one in day 2 or 3 and expect him to be an above-average starter.
Which that just seems, that seems like not irresponsible, but just unrealistic. So I don't just hate this at all. It's still addressing the offensive line at the end of the day, which is exactly what the Lions need to do. But it's starting to bring up the conversation of what if this scenario comes around.
The Taylor Decker situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here's the timeline of when things would happen. Free agency is going to happen first. I don't think they would sign a tackle in free agency just because, if you can draft one and it save you a ton of money, then that makes sense. Plus, Taylor Decker's not getting off the cap anytime soon. That wouldn't be until after June. So then the draft rolls around, and then after June is when Taylor Decker would potentially retire and or get cut. Like the timeline of this just gets so dicey. I like the prospect, Vega. I really do. He'd obviously help this Lions interior offensive line. But the logistics of okay, then that's a great addition, but who's going to play tackle, I think might just outweigh taking the best player available in this situation, which definitely could just be Iona Vega.
Which is something that the Lions have continuously harped on as well.
Taking the best player available.
Right.
That's fine to take the best player available when you don't have a gaping hole. If you don't know who your left tackle is going to be, and you walk out of the first round without drafting one, we all of a sudden have a major problem. If you're not sure Taylor Decker's coming back still on the day of draft and you walk out of first round without drafting one and without signing one in free agency, you are really rolling the dice, flying very close to the sun. I don't know if I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
That's not worth the risk to me.
Right. And obviously, we're not saying what Mel Kiper is predicting is what's going to happen, especially his mock draft 1.0. Once he gets to the 6.0 or whatever, maybe that's a little bit more accurate. But in this,
I don't know. He did have Shedeur Sanders going second last year.
He still backs it up. That's you got to give Mel Kiper respect because
it's impressive.
It's kind of his opinion mock draft, which is pretty funny. But
it's also incredibly impressive that even to this day, he thinks Shedeur Sanders should have went second overall. It's great stuff.
It's pretty awesome, actually. In this mock draft, though, he has Maui Goa from Miami going third. He's got Spencer Fano from Utah going sixth. And then he does not have a tackle going until pick 27. Caleb Lomu at 27. And then Caden Proctor from Bama, who they don't really know if he's going to play on the inside or be still a tackle once he gets to the NFL.
There's no way that guy's going to the inside. He's 6'9", isn't he?
I just think it's another one of those weird arm things,
Oh, short arms. Right. I don't think he's fast enough to play on the inside. He's like the biggest guy in most teams' offensive line. I'd be shocked if he was anything but a tackle. I think people are just hesitant to put him on the outside because they don't know if he can help contribute right away.
True.
More of a project piece.
That's a good point. Same thing with the guy going at 29. It's a tackle from Georgia who they think might be able to move inside to guard. But nonetheless, in this mock, Lomu is still on the board. And I think that as much as I haven't dove into the prospects yet. That's something we're going to continue to do over the next 3 months because we've got plenty of time before the NFL draft. as much as you fall in love with this potential guard from Penn State, if it feels like, yeah, this guy could be one of our starting interior guys for 10 years, that would be great. But if one of those 3 tackles is on the board and the Lions like them, obviously we have to know how they feel about them. But if they like them, it has to be the pick.
Is this one of those situations? So, like, let's say this thing continues to play out and Maui Goa and Fanu end up going way before 17, and this third tackle, Caleb Lomu, is still on the board. Is this a situation where, like how they wanted Jahmyr Gibbs and traded back and still got him, you could potentially move from 17 to 21 or something like that and still get your guy while also gaining your third-round pick back potentially? Because right now, I don't know. I would really like to have a third-round pick. I'm sorry, Isaac Tisla. I think you're fun. Always going to have a role carved out for you on this team just because of your catch radius and your red zone threat ability, the fact that everything that gets thrown to you, you could just one-hand snag out of the air. Really fun player, hometown kid, all that stuff. I would rather have a third-round pick right now. And if you could kind of navigate the draft, similar to how you did in 2023, where you could move back, still get this Caleb Lomu guy, the tackle from Utah, while acquiring some extra draft capital on day 2 or 3, that might be the most ideal situation right now.
Yeah, my only thing is just like, how often do we have 2 tackles taken pre-pick 17,
How often? I don't know.
Like, there's always tackles taken early in the draft. I have, the last time there was not 3 tackles taken off the board before pick 17. You have any guesses? It works out for the Lions.
2000, I don't know.
2021, when Penei Sewell was picked 7th overall. It was him at pick 7. It was Rashawn Slater at pick 13. And then Alex Leatherwood was picked at 17, who was like an insane bust for the Raiders. And that only happened in that draft because of the amount of crazy talent there was at the top of this draft.
Wait, so are you saying that was the only time that 3 tackles have been taken before 17?
The third tackle came off the board that late, yeah.
Oh, that late or that early?
That late. Like, there's always 3 tackles taken in the top 10, in the top 12. So what I'm saying is, like, the odds of, in this Mel Kiper draft, the third tackle off the board is pick 27? Like, come on, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, that's the thing with these first-round tackles. Usually they are sure things. Like you mentioned the guy who was a bust in there. More often than not, though, the first-round tackles you kind of bring in and you just know. Like, that's why you're taking them in the first round. They're going to be solid options for you for a long time at the worst.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time,
even Christian Darrisaw was picked at 23 in this draft. Man, this 2021 draft is just insanity. I mean, the first defensive player off the board was pick 8, and it was Horn and Surtain back-to-back. Like, such a good Parsons.
What, that's with 12. Burrow at the top?
This is the Trevor Lawrence draft. It goes Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, which the top 3 is just hilarious, and Kyle Pitts at 4. And then after that, it's just all-pro guys just for a crazy
Jamar Chase,
Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, Pat Surtain, Devontae Smith, Micah Parsons, just so many good players.
How many guys just from that draft class have won or are going to win an award this year? Because Sewell's probably going to win Protector of the Year.
Right.
Jamar Chase has won an Offensive Player of the Year, I think.
I don't think so. Well, he's won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
You've got Pat Surtain, who's won a DPOY. Wow.
Slater's one of the best tackles in the league. Mac Jones, backup quarterback of the year.
Right. That's not inaccurate.
Right. It could be Jarrett Stidham, though. He's got the chance to.
He was in this draft class as well?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought he'd been around for a long time. Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what the Lions can navigate here in the draft. A lot of things need to play out before the draft, obviously, with free agency. You got to figure out what's happening with Decker. I feel like with what happened with Ragnow last season, the reporters are going to be very much on this. Like, someone hopefully has a little bit of a scoop on what's going on with Decker long before the draft actually occurs.
Yeah, they can't allow that to happen again.
No. 989-837-6125. Hey, Bresky Siding and Building Repair, they make this show possible. Protect your home with Bresky Siding and Building Repair. The experts who do the job right the first time. Whether you have a leaky roof, storm damage, the siding looking a little tired, Bresky's got you covered. Locally owned, trusted, and dedicated to keeping Midland area homes safe and looking sharp. Quality materials, skilled craftsmanship, and service that puts your family first. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Bresky Siding and Building Repair today and keep your home strong for years to come.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Do we have any spray paint?
Why?
I need lots of paint. I'm going to paint the house.
I don't think so.
But it looks bad.
Well, you can't spray paint the house.
And then let's call Bresky Siding and Building Repair. They can do it.
Is your siding looking faded, worn out, or just in need of an update? Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today for all your siding, roofing, and gutter needs.
It is the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. This month's recipient is Anyela Eichelberger from Saginaw United. With a 3.99 GPA, Anyela is a two-sport athlete in volleyball and tennis. She serves as a youth ambassador, a stand-up student, and her art is award-winning.
You have art good enough. The teacher will enter your pieces into the show. I did not even know mine was entered into the show. And I actually won 2 awards for the 2 pieces that were entered. The medium I used was color pencil, and it was like a geometric sort of shape, and then the other one was like dot art.
Anyela has been dual enrolled at Delta College in her senior year. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themitt.com.
Broken appliance? Don't panic. Call Mr. Appliance. With a 4.9-star Google rating, our expert service professionals deliver speedy service with a 1-year done-right promise, so you can count on long-lasting repairs. We treat your home or business with care, no mess, and no trace left behind. Ask about our appliance wellness program to keep things running smoothly year-round. Visit us online at MrAppliance.com for easy online scheduling and local contact information. Mr. Appliance, speedy, trusted, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Matt Smith with Matt Smith Home and Outdoors Realty. From city streets to woodland lakes, I'm here to help you find the place that truly feels like home. When you're buying and selling, you deserve someone who's in your corner, offering clear communication, honest guidance, and a modern, stress-free experience. Whether you're moving up or scaling back or finding your first home, I'm here every step of the way, from city streets to woodland lakes. Find me on Facebook at Matt Smith Home and Outdoors.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Every Wednesday on the Ben Bosscher Show, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet, you've got a chance to be a big winner.
That's what this is all about. It always has been about.
If you want a chance to go see the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham, 2-time All-Star, we've got the perfect opportunity for you. Big Win Wednesday, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet. On Wednesday, January 28th, we're going to give away 2 tickets to the Pistons-Nets game scheduled for February 1st. Again, that is Big Win Wednesday, Pistons tickets, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry.
I can roller skate while walking my dog.
I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Ben Bosscher Show with you, as always, is Ben Bosscher. Kyle Sandel behind the glass. He's going to do the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
All right, breaking news, Ben. It's really cold outside.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone told you. Yeah, I just did want to remind the people. I mean, the feel like of being negative 20 or whatever it is, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Okay, anyways, if you're looking to warm up, how about this? Pretty cool. At the Midland Center of the Arts, let's take a look at the community calendar, of course, presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. Tonight and tomorrow night, did you ever watch the movie Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams?
Yeah, of course.
Like an awesome movie, right?
Sure.
Well, it's a new musical comedy. They're doing like a musical of Mrs. Doubtfire, and it's coming to the Midland Center of the Arts tonight and tomorrow night, if you want to check it out.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love Mrs. Doubtfire, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Okay, let's talk about sports. The Wings hot streak, it could not continue. They lose last night, but it was in overtime to the Wild 4-3.
Yeah, I didn't make it to the end.
It was late.
Not going to lie.
9:30 puck drop.
I did see Lucas Raymond extend his point streak to 4 games. Red Wings are hot. They didn't come up with a win last night. That is fine. They're still competing for first place in the Eastern Conference. East is deep this year, man. That's the unfortunate part, because if you go look at like odds to win the Eastern Conference, the Red Wings, I mean, Vegas just doesn't believe in this team. So they're still in kind of prove-it mode in terms of, like, I know we're all having fun in this Detroit-Michigan bubble, but I think the rest of the league is kind of hoping that they get matched up with the Red Wings, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're 6th right now in odds at plus 2,000 to win the Eastern just to win the Eastern Conference. But maybe it turns into a Pistons thing, right? Because the Pistons weren't the favorites for the longest time, and then eventually got to a point where they were like, man, we just have to make these guys higher.
The Wings just don't have the size. I mean, they've got their big fella Mo Sider, but then other than that, like defensively, you've got Edvinson, who's just, he's like a finesse guy. So I don't know if they have the size and physicality. They seem like a more of a finesse team, and then you start looking around the East, and there's all this behemoths and enforcers. I don't know. Now I just sound pessimistic, so just move on.
They're off tonight. They'll be back in action tomorrow night against the Winnipeg Jets. Pistons Rockets, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. They're tonight at 7, and it's on Amazon Prime, baby. I'm pumped.
I am very excited for this. The Prime coverage for the NBA, Amazon Prime, has been electric this year. It looks like I'm watching it in 8K.
Yeah, the cameras are crazy that they have.
I like it better than any football game, it's the best TV broadcast I think that exists. The Amazon Prime basketball.
Studio stuff that they have too, like Blake Griffin, I think is pretty great.
Yeah, it's him, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki.
It's like kind of a mix of people. Yeah, Taylor Rooks hosts it, which of course makes it awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time. So it's a good time to hop into a Pistons game. We're getting closer to the playoffs than you could possibly imagine. Trade deadline.
I mean, we're only halfway through the season, but
trade deadline a week and a half away. No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, I think. So. Yeah, this is. I feel like I say this a little too often, but one of the biggest Pistons games of the year, potentially, just in terms of two awesome teams going toe-to-toe, cross-conference play, in a primetime slot. So I'm excited for tonight. Hopefully Cade's back.
February 5th, so it'd be 2 weeks from yesterday is the NBA trade deadline. I just wanted to double check
2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, Thursday.
Michigan, Ohio State, they are on tonight, Friday night basketball for Michigan. I always like when they have a couple games on Friday night. I enjoy that, especially because Michigan will be playing Friday night next week. But that is at 8 p.m., so you're going to have to bring out the double TVs tonight to watch the Pistons and the Wolverines.
Yeah, we talked Michigan basketball in that open. Spread's 14.5 tonight. I would take Michigan. I think there's not much of a rivalry with Michigan and Ohio State in basketball, but it does still feel like Michigan's just kind of down to punk anybody, especially at home, and they get the ball rolling a little bit. They're due to get back to beating somebody by 20. I think that comes back at some point, and like you said, tonight's kind of a perfect opportunity to do that because you're probably not going to do it next week with Nebraska and Michigan State on the schedule.
Yeah, even though Ken Pom does predict they're going to beat Nebraska by double digits still.
Wow.
Which I totally agree with, man. Nebraska is just frauds. I hate it. I hate to say it because it's such a cool story. So I guess now I'm being the pessimistic one. But, yeah, I think it is fake. It's tough.
It's fine. Somebody's got to be fake.
I do want to see, do we have any other big Big Ten games going on tomorrow? Because Michigan State and Maryland, they are on tomorrow. That's at noon. MSU back at home after their West Coast trip. And that'll be live here on 100.9 The Mitt if you want to listen. MSU's been hot lately, man. They've been kind of they haven't really had any of these shaky games in a while, and they usually have a shaky game like every game. So it's been
right.
It's been kind of nice.
Usually the first 4 minutes, you're just shaking your head with your head in your hands, like, oh my God,
Yeah,
are
what
they
is
ever going
going
to score
on?
a basket? And they don't have a field goal until 3 minutes into the game. Yeah, they've been real nice team as of late. Although there is some Colin Carr discourse out there that I see now of
I think
a little
he's
frustrated with,
he's
everything
improved
besides
since
the
we
dunks.
had that conversation about him like a week or so ago.
He's improved in the last week.
Yeah, I think so. Like he's had not improved, but like he's had good games where it's been like, oh, I haven't thought these thoughts of like Colin Carr shouldn't be out there with this lineup,
Yeah, it's just he's the most exciting player in college basketball when he gets on the fast break. The students love him, so it's just kind of a tough pill to swallow if there's ever going to be that moment of he shouldn't be out there. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes you need him out there literally just to get the crowd going.
Oh, of course.
Which
Especially
matters
at
in
home.
this sport.
At home, absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, Illinois-Purdue tomorrow at Mackey. Wow, that's a big game because both of those teams are 7-1 in the Big Ten, so it would take away the current four-way tie for second that we have going on right now with, of course, both the Michigan teams and then them. So, yeah, that's a big game. Purdue 2.5-point favorites. I will be dialed into that. That's at 3.
How many losses did last year's Big Ten regular season champ
I believe State
have?
had 2 or 3 losses. I think it ended up being 3 because they lost both the West Coast games. Of course, they did not lose to Michigan either time.
Yeah, 3 losses, won it in 2024. 3 losses, also won it in... Well, 3 losses, won it in 24 and 25 with Michigan State and Purdue being those teams. Yeah, so is it safe to say, like, whoever loses that game tomorrow can't lose another one?
Probably just because there's so many. I mean, like I said, you have Michigan, Michigan State, Purdue, and Illinois, all 1 loss currently. And
Right.
then Nebraska's still undefeated. So, like, you have 5 elite teams right now in the conference. That doesn't even include Wisconsin, who's been good in conference play, and Ohio State and UCLA, who just beat Purdue. Like, Iowa's really good, and yet they have 4 losses in the conference already. So it's just
Who do you think's the favorite to win the Big Ten?
Michigan.
Correct. They're even odds. Who do you think second and third?
Purdue. Purdue just lost, but I would still give Purdue second.
Correct.
Third, I would give Nebraska.
You're nailing this.
Yeah, I just no ball. And then MSU fourth, Illinois fifth. No way they put Illinois above
Very
MSU.
wrong. Illinois is plus 650
So
fourth.
stupid.
Michigan State plus 1600.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois literally plays Purdue at their place this weekend, but of course,
Why is there such a gap after Illinois and Michigan State? Like, it's these 4
because
teams.
it's the 5, right? It's the big.
No, they think it's really the 4.
you're saying MSU of the gap between them and Illinois.
Yeah, Michigan State's like not really in it.
That's dumb.
I would agree.
Not like they're the reigning Big Ten champs or anything, Just throwing that out there. So yeah, I'm excited for Illinois Purdue though. That's fun. And then
What
also
time is that
tomorrow-
one?
That's at 3. For sure, I'm going to be watching that. And then also tomorrow, if you're a college basketball fan, Houston versus Texas Tech better be on your TV because these are, I think, 2 of the best teams in the country. They're ranked 6th and 12th, but Texas Tech is so good. They played like 2 weeks ago, and they're already playing again right now, and it was an awesome game. Went to overtime. Anyways, I'm doing a college basketball rant now.
That's fine. We appreciate those on the show.
Good.
You're welcome to do them at any time.
I appreciate that as well. Okay, a couple more things here in the news. Man, some sad news for the Lions. Dan Skipper is retiring. Darn.
But it sounds like he wants to jump right into the coaching. He's going to coach that East-West Shrine Bowl where all the top, players go into the draft, or at least not
Really?
the top ones. But
Yeah, but we don't need no line coach. What's he going to coach? Offensive assistant, maybe? Just kind of one of those roles?
you don't have to necessarily, there can be more than one offensive line coach. I don't know if he'd go right into coaching NFL, but I
Just
do think he's a
sticking around
coach
with the Lions,
somewhere.
though, maybe? Maybe the
Potentially.
Lions love him that much?
Maybe he goes to the college scene a little bit. I think it's cool that he's coaching one of the coaches in the East-West Shrine Bowl. So we'll see what happens here. Fun career. I did pull up his all-time receiving stats.
Ooh, here we go.
You tell me what you think it is.
It's all with the Lions, right? Like nothing else
Of course.
happened. Okay, yeah. I think he had, 2 catches?
Correct.
I'm nailing this right now. Probably for 5 yards.
A little bit more. 13.
Really? Okay, so he had a longer catch. But they threw to him a couple more times than that, though, right? Because he had that one incomplete pass thrown to him this
Yeah, the
year.
screen
that was
pass.
It was so bad he didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
targets does he have all time?
That I don't have right in front of me right
probably
now.
4 or 5. Yeah, nothing crazy.
1 touchdown, though. That's like an Isaac Teslad number. 2 receptions, 1 touchdown.
I saw when the Lions social media post about his retirement, it said, thank you for reporting for us all these years. Or
That's awesome.
Something like that. Yeah, super good. We'll save the rest for later.
989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on 100.9 The Mitt. By the way, you guys can, in fact, watch us on YouTube and Facebook right now. Don't forget. Hey, weather obviously very cold right now. Winter in Michigan can get brutal. The last thing you want is your furnace to quit on you when it's this cold outside. I actually can't think of anything worse than if my furnace were to stop working on a day like today. I'd probably come sleep right here.
I would just leave. Yeah, I would just go somewhere else.
That's where Answer Heating and Cooling comes in. They get your furnace running efficiently so your home stays warm. And you don't end up wearing 3 sweaters, a hat, mittens, just to watch TV. Fast, professional, and reliable. Answer Heating and Cooling keeps Michigan homes cozy all winter long. How many layers did you wear outside this morning?
Not as many as I should have.
Really?
Just my shirt.
You rock the gloves?
Nah, I didn't even rock the gloves.
Mm-hmm. See, right now I've got pajama pants on, pants underneath those. I've got the long sleeve shirt, the sweatshirt, and I had the coat on with gloves and a hat.
Pajama pants under the pants.
Good move, right?
As long as you're warm, you know?
I'm warm. 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt. Blazy Electric is saying thank you to their customers with 10% off all service calls now through at least the end of January. Whether it's a small fix or a bigger electrical need, their trusted service team is ready to help. Just make sure your service call is completed within 30 days of your estimate to take advantage of the savings. For 60 years, Blazy Electric has proudly powered our community with reliable, honest service, and they couldn't have done it without you. Call Blazy Electric today and let them take care of the rest.
At Scott Family Dental, we treat every patient like family because it's in our name. Our office culture is built on trust, comfort, and care, just like you'd want for your own loved ones. We don't sign contracts with insurance companies, so we can offer the highest quality dental care without compromise. That means your treatment is based on what's best for you, not an insurance plan. Scott Family Dental, compassionate care, lasting smiles.
Visit scottfamdental.com to schedule today.
Need a unique, versatile space for your next event? From the moment you arrive at Dow Diamond, it's easy to see how it's more than just a baseball stadium. With private areas for groups as small as 30 to large-scale events for 300 plus, even full-service catering, Dow Diamond has you covered. From trade shows, corporate meetings and seminars to holiday parties, high school proms, and weddings, book Dow Diamond for your next event. Just call 989-837-2255 or visit dowdiamondevents.com.
You got him! That's 3 of them! The Great Lakes Bay Region's home for Spartans basketball.
A big noon tip-off for the Spartans on Saturday. MSU hosts Maryland at the Breslin. Coverage starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Presented by Weiss Equipment.
Every MSU game all season long.
It's so fun to hear people chanting.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9.
The Mitt.
The Mitt.
We got a game, boys.
This week on Sunday Night Football.
Conference Championship Sunday is on the Mitt. The AFC features the New England Patriots and Denver Broncos. The NFC's got the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks. Our coverage starts at 2 on Sunday, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Don't miss a moment right here on Sports Radio 100.9. The Mitt.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think.
I think if the Pistons trade for Michael Porter Jr., they are winning the Eastern Conference. I think just because the Lions missed the playoffs this season doesn't mean there's any need for big-time changes when it comes to the regime of Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and Jared Goff for that matter. I think every time we see this Michigan basketball team take the floor, we are witnessing one piece of what could be a historic season. And I think if you agree or disagree with anything I just said, you should listen to The Ben Bosscher Show, weekdays from 9 to noon.
From Midland to Bay City, Saginaw to Sanford, from Frankenmuth, Freeland, and Hemlock to Auburn, Essexville, and Pinconning, 100.9 The Mitt is the heartbeat of the Great Lakes Bay region, and proud of it. We're your home for local sports, local stories, and local pride. Whether you're in Birch Run, Beaverton, Gladwin, Chesaning, or Coleman, football, basketball, hockey, Spartans, NFL, Loons, all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Sharon Mortensen, President and CEO of the Midland Area Community Foundation.
It's a group of people that come together to learn about and to provide input on things happening in our community. So our next upcoming time that we're together, we're talking about law enforcement. We're going to have our prosecutor and our sheriff and our police chief talking about what they're doing and then getting input from the group. So that's a wonderful way for people to come and learn and share their ideas. We've also partnered with the Midland Business Alliance on the MyPros Community Crowd Fund, which started, goodness now, I think it's been probably 4 years ago.
Listen to the full episode on YouTube at 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
Let's pick out a good wine. Let's discover a new taste from a new place. Let's meet the people who handpick the grapes in places dedicated to the craft, in a land that only knows one way to grow things, rich and full. Welcome to Michigan, where the 4 seasons and 4 Great Lakes smile on the winemaker, where the quality of the wine is exceeded only by the warmth of the greeting waiting for us. And with more than 90 wineries, covering more than 13,000 acres, the harvest has never been better. So let's wander through lush vineyards, discover hidden treasures in vast cellars, and renew ourselves in comfortable tasting rooms. Let's all raise a glass. Let's gather our closest friends and become even closer. Because taking time to toast the beauty and bounty of life is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
If you've got boring floors, sand shower, Premier Tile and Stone is here to rescue your surfaces from the snooze zone. These folks turn tile into art. I'm talking about kitchens, bathrooms, backsplashes, fireplaces. If it holds still, they'll tile it beautifully. Locally owned in Midland, but their work looks like it belongs in a magazine that charges $15 an issue. Giant selection of fancy stuff. I'm talking porcelain, ceramic, natural stone, and materials you probably can't even pronounce, but you're going to love them. Stop dreaming, start scheming, visit the showroom, and let your inner interior designer run wild. That's Premier Tile and Stone, where your floors get fabulous and grout gets glorious. All right. John Heyman, famous MLB reporter, says Tarik Skubal probably not getting moved. Unlikely to be dealt now that the Mets have acquired Peralta. That was one of the suitors that could have potentially put together a package big enough for the Tigers. I also feel as if, I don't think the Tigers were going to trade Skubal in the first place. But if they were to do it, I think Scott Harris unfortunately wrecked his value anyway. First of all, by lowballing him during the arbitration period, and then getting to the point where, remember what happened with Jack Flaherty 2 years back, where he asked just like these ridiculous prices at the trade deadline for teams to, negotiate with. Like he was just asking for 170 cents on the dollar for every Jack Flaherty trade, and then he had to panic trade him for less of a deal than what he initially was offered because teams just decided to pivot. Is that potentially what just happened with the Mets here, where they're like, you know what, forget the Tigers, man. They're being absolutely ridiculous. They're asking for our top 5 players in the system. They're asking for a player now as well to help them win. Yeah, we get it. Skubal's worth a ton, but what you're asking for is outlandish. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to pivot and go get Peralta. I feel like Scott Harris, if he even was to pick up the phone and just start calling people, not even with the idea of trading him, but just to kind of gauge the market, I don't trust this guy to properly navigate the trade block and the trade market, because I feel like he's going out and asking for 170 cents on the 700 cents on the dollar for Tarik Skubal, and all the teams are like, forget this guy. It's impossible to negotiate with Scott Harris, because that is something that was reported by Evan Petzel 2 years ago. That there's not a ton of negotiating being had with Scott Harris at the trade deadline. He picks up the phone, he asks for too much, and then there is no negotiating. That's his price, and that's it. and other GMs have become frustrated with that and don't think the Tigers are a competitive team come the trade deadline because of it. Those are all real things that have been reported. I don't know why it'd be different in the offseason.
Yeah, well, especially with how the trade deadline went a year ago, it's pretty easy to believe that.
Right.
With their inability to add any impact players without wanting to give up any prospects of top value.
Yeah, it
which
was
I
like,
agree.
can we have Geno Suarez? Yeah, can we have Max Anderson? Oh,
hell no. Hell no, you
what
can't
are you
have
talking
Max
about?
Anderson. What?
Okay, then why are we on the phone right now, Scott? It's like, I thought you'd just give me him for free. If he's this bad of a negotiator at the deadline, there's been multiple pieces written about this, why am I not supposed to believe that he's asking for, again, like 600 cents on the dollar for Tarik Skubal, which has botched his trade value, even if they were to want to trade him, which I, again, don't think that's going to happen.
If there ever was a time to ask way too much for a guy, it's with Tarik Skubal. Like, that's the one thing that I will not defend Scott Harris, but I'm not going to, like, give him crap for it, because a guy like, if you were to ever trade Tarik Skubal, there better be some sort of competition for him. This isn't one thing where you hit up one team and you're like, hey, can I get this and this for Skubal? And they're like, I don't know. Then you're like, darn it. Like, there's going to be several teams that are trying to trade for him. So you have to ask for crazy stuff. And because he's so good, you know? Like, that's
all
the
that
reason
stuff
why.
is fair, but if you're asking for, like, if you're asking for such a ridiculous thing
It's
that the guy
Tarik Skubal,
acquiring,
man.
I know, but if you do this with 3 teams and all 3 teams are like, no, like, this isn't a realistic trade, then maybe you're the problem. It's one thing to ask too much for Tarik Skubal. That's obviously you're going to ask for a lot. It should be the biggest package return in MLB history to trade for a guy like this. But if 3 times, and this is just a made-up number, but if 3 times you go to another team and they tell you, what are you talking about? No. Then maybe you're the problem.
I would agree. I think the main reason why I would agree, though, is because not only are you just trading for Tarik Skubal, a lot of these teams are not dumb, and they realize that Chris Ilitch is not paying Tarik Skubal.
Yeah, and he'll just
so
be
you know
available.
what? We can just wait another year. Would we like to get out ahead of it and not have to compete with the Dodgers, who have the more money to pay anybody ever? Yeah, I mean, it'd be that's the incentive for a team like the Mets or the Blue Jays to actually trade for Tarik Skubal, because, hey, we can get him in the door. We can get him in the room for a whole season and try to pay him right now instead of having to do it with the Dodgers in free agency. But those teams also aren't going to overpay when, wait, we can actually add this guy if we just wait a full year and not have to trade anyone, because the Tigers, of course, aren't paying him. If there was any sort of threat for the Tigers to be paying him, I think it would make sense to ask for these outlandish prices. But there's not. So why would the Mets? And that's why the Mets pivoted to Freddie Peralta. They want a guy for this season. Okay, well, we're not getting Tarik Skubal this season. Maybe we can get him in the offseason, but we need an ace right now.
I would be very nervous to trade for Tarik Skubal if I'm anybody but the Dodgers right now, knowing that, okay, we're going to give up all this farm system assets, all these young players in the farm system, and then there's always just going to be the threat of, well, no matter what we ask or what we offer, the Dodgers are just going to offer a little bit more. I'd be very hesitant to be trading for him if I wasn't the LA Dodgers right now, just with them as just this looming empire out in LA.
You're saying like you would want to trade for him before he gets to free agency if you're another team?
No, I'm saying I'd be hesitant to, because then you traded all that draft capital and he still might just go, well, the Dodgers are the highest offer, so I'm just going to go there.
I also do think there is a little bit of looking at the Juan Soto trade from Washington to San Diego a few years back, which was probably the biggest trade in MLB history at the time.
Yeah.
Just from a package standpoint, and it was like, this guy's 25 years old, entering his prime, already has won a World Series, and he's getting traded. Like, it was an unreal trade, and they gave up so much for him, and then they lost him in a year and a half because they couldn't come to agreement to pay him.
Right.
And then they had to trade him to New York, and then New York lost him to the other New York, blah, blah, blah. So I think there's a little bit of I don't, like you said, it would suck to trade for Tarik Skubal and then be like, oh, yeah, we're going to pay him. We're willing to give him anything. And then the Dodgers are like, we'll go above anything, actually.
Yeah, whatever you've got, we got $5 million more.
Right, and so, yeah, that's a good point. I just think that a lot of these teams are more reluctant to wait till next offseason to bring him in.
I think it's like 78% chance he's playing for the Tigers this season.
I would agree. I think it's higher. I think it's like 90%. I don't think that the Tigers are trading him.
I don't either.
But I think they're losing him.
I do too, unfortunately. 989-837-6125. Here's what's coming up. 10 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about Aiden Hutchinson. He's a finalist for 2 different NFL awards. we're going to talk about Sharon Moore because he's back in the courtroom. And I feel like Michigan needs to stop doing this because of what's happened with Sharon Moore. We'll take a trip around the league. We'll do our NFL spread picks. A lot of good stuff coming up in the 10 and 11 o'clock hours here on the Ben Bosscher Show live on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Dreaming of warmer days? Now's the perfect time to start at Maple Hill Nursery. For a limited time, take 30% off all current in-stock outdoor furniture floor models. Our annual January sale to make room for what's next. And what's next is exciting. We're adding Three Birds Casual and Lloyd Flanders to our already fine selection of outdoor furniture, arriving soon. Now's also the best time to place your outdoor furniture order, so it's ready when spring weather hits. Order early, enjoy sooner, and Maple Hill can even store it for you. Maple Hill Nursery. Get ready for outdoor season today.
Now is the perfect time to lock in your seats for the 2026 season with the Great Lakes Loons. With Loons Ticket Package, you choose the games that fit your schedule. Score exclusive benefits, guarantee the same seats for each game, and have the flexibility to exchange your games whenever you want. Let us book your ticket package for the 2026 season. Call the ticket office today at 989-837-BALL or visit loons.com.
We got a game, boys!
This week on Sunday Night Football.
Conference Championship Sunday is on the Mitt. The AFC features the New England Patriots and Denver Broncos. The NFC's got the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks. Our coverage starts at 2 on Sunday, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Don't miss a moment right here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. Scrolling? Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters? Yeah. 100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of. It's hot! Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today, and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
Bel Air Brown, Dragon's Milk, Mad Hatter, Purple Gang, and Huma Loopalicious. These are names that let the imagination run wild and let the taste buds take a stroll. Welcome to the craft beer craze in Michigan. Bolstered by the Great Lakes and nurtured by the glacier-rich soil, here awaits a brewer's paradise. With fresh hops growing tall in the old Mission Peninsula and fresh barley fields sweeping the mitten, Michigan ranks 5th in the nation in the number of breweries, microbreweries, and brew pubs. From Good Harbor Golden to Whitefish Bay Wheat, from Motown Lager all the way to Park Bench Porter, Michigan is serving up a frosty glass of perfection. Whether you want to take in a game with a two-hearted ale or just sit on a front porch sipping a Steelhead Red, let's tap into life at its fullest and treat ourselves to a taste that's pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
Aiden Hutchinson. You know what I don't understand with Aiden Hutchinson is, does it not feel like he's maybe the most scrutinized player on the Detroit Lions, that people just, no matter what, are unsatisfied with his performances, get frustrated with the fact that he led the league in pressures, like it's a bad thing for some reason. Oh, but he doesn't get enough sacks. He had 14.5, top 5 in the NFL. It does feel like for some reason, one reason or another, fans are sometimes frustrated with Aiden Hutchinson, more so than the other star players on this Detroit Lions team. Yesterday, he was named a finalist for 2 different NFL awards, Defensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. If being a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year isn't good enough for some Lions fans, I guess I'm just confused as to what like if he doesn't win D-Play, it's an enormous disappointment. Is that where we are with Aiden Hutchinson? That's almost a compliment to him more than anything. maybe it's because he's been in our lives for so long, first as a Wolverine and now here as a Detroit Lion. Maybe it's just the fact that, I don't know, I don't know. I really can't think of many other reasons, but do you get this sense too that people he's over scrutinized in a way that no other Detroit Lion really is?
Is it probably because the guy's being paid like he's the best edge rusher in football or second best, right?
And this year he was one of the 5.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's probably where the scrutiny comes from. I wouldn't even call it that. It's just expectation seems to be outrageously high. I think, 1, based off of of course, the contract. 2, based off the way he started the season in 24, leading up to his injury.
Which was unsustainable.
Right, but we never got to see the end of it, so it just kind of turned into this long-standing what if. He would have broken every record we've ever seen ever.
Yes.
And so that's just kind of what you think about, he's just got to get back to that.
But I don't feel like that's very fair, though, to ask him to ever get back to that, because that was the best, 5-game stretch of his entire career. That might be the best 5-game stretch that anyone's ever had in the advanced analytics era of being able to rush after the quarterback. He was on pace for 170 pressures. The NFL record is 105 or 106. And I don't remember how many sacks he had in those 5 games, but a lot. It felt like he was getting 1 or 2 of them every week. It was unsustainable, And so if that's why people are frustrated, it's we didn't get this version back. That's what we expect. I got news for you, man. That's never going to happen again. That'd be like if a quarterback was throwing 450 yards for the first 5 weeks of the season and then got hurt. And then he came back next year and was only throwing 270 yards a game. And it's what happened to that other guy? When's that guy coming back? I think we're missing the whole idea here. I don't get, and then to find out he's nominated for finalist for DPOY, which wasn't a lock, and for comeback player of the year. It's people still really weren't satisfied with this season. First thing people bring up when you bring up Hutchinson, I feel like, is, he needs to get more sacks. He had 14.5 this year. I never understand what we're talking about here. And honestly, I have no reason to think he won't just get 16 next year. A sack and a half more, convert a couple more of those pressures into sacks. Why wouldn't that happen? He's gotten more sacks every year of his career.
He also just did have that stretch, though, where he was gone. And I think that does play into it. That's just that people will always remember that over remembering how he bounced back and how he came back and made big plays in big games down the stretch. Obviously, they didn't end up, doing anything with it. But, yeah, I think, and we got to remember the guy was coming off a broken leg, too. That just kind of gets thrown out the window.
It does. You're right.
I think the contract thing, people have an issue with it because he's the highest paid player and there's clearly better players at his position than him. But the timing thing just comes up. It's just a timely thing with the contract. Will Anderson is going to be the highest paid edge rusher as soon as he's eligible for a deal.
Oh, he's a monster too.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's all just based on the time. The Hutchinson, in just the same way when Jared Goff was paid as quarterback, it was the highest paid quarterback. Well, a year later, he's now the 8th highest paid quarterback. It all just, the only reason people give Hutchinson those expectations is because of the contract, and he's paid that much because of the time he was eligible for it.
Hutchinson never had a 3-game stretch this season when he didn't have a sack. We can talk about how he disappeared and some of those pressures, he was getting 4 of them. I think there was a week where he did have 4 pressures, and basically it was useless. Either against Green Bay or Dallas. I don't remember which game it was. But for him to not go 3 games without a sack and close the season with 6 in the last 4 games, with 5 in the last 3 games, I guess, I don't know, man. If we can sit here and pick apart players all day long, but it feels like we're getting real, deep into it to try to find stuff to pick this guy apart on. I think he's one of the 5 best players at his position in the NFL. It's the most important position on defense that exists in today's NFL. Yes, he got paid as if he was the best player in the league on the defensive side of the ball. Who's to say that still can't happen at some point? Because, again, he's he's 25? He's 24 years old?
I think he's 25, yeah.
Yeah, he is 25 years old. This is when players are entering their prime. I don't understand the hatred. Yeah. It's not hatred. I think it's just ultimate frustration
there's a lot of things to be frustrated with this season with the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson should not be one of them.
Oh,
God,
no.
Aiden Hutchinson should definitely not be one of them. I think Gary puts it well in the YouTube chat. Why can't people just be happy our best defensive player recovered from a horrible injury and gave us a great year? And then
That's the bottom line. This is a great season.
Yeah. And then he said fans don't know nothing about nothing, man.
Wait, who said that?
Gary said that, but I think he said that based off of
Most of you guys don't know really much about anything.
Come on, Amon-Ra.
Relax.
Not nice. Nate said top 2 player on the team if he's not number 1.
I mean, you gave Jack Campbell was that just a 2025 thing, or are you going forward feeling that?
Jack Campbell was Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, so Aiden Hutchinson to me is the most impactful player on the defense. I thought Jack Campbell was the best player on the defense this year, and that was evident by his first team All-Pro nod. And Aiden Hutchinson was second team All-Pro. I think Aiden Hutchinson could clearly take that title back as the best defensive player on the team, but I think for 2025 purposes, it was Jack Campbell.
Even though the edge rusher is just a clearly more impactful spot.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson was a more impactful player. He's always going to be because of the position that he plays. But the best player I thought was Jack Campbell this season relative to the position that he plays and his competition and peers across the league. I think Aiden Hutchinson can get that back at any point. If he has, a sack and a half more and has 16, get a real chance to win Depoy next year.
That is what I'm wondering, though. For the people that do feel a little bit disappointed from Hutchinson, what more did you want? If he had, instead of 14
if he had
sacks,
one more sack?
If he had 16 instead of 14, then I'd feel great. I don't know.
That's the part that makes no sense to me.
I think it's obviously, we talk a lot about the numbers, and I think that stats and numbers are very, very important. But it is also just about, you watch the games, you feel Hutchinson impact most of the time. I do agree. There was that stretch in the middle of the year where you didn't, and you kind of forgot Hutchinson was on the field. I completely agree. But most of the time, you feel his impact on the game. And so just looking at it from the numbers perspective, I think it's a little bit, not foolish, it's just, what did you want from him? Did he have to break the Myles Garrett record?
Yeah, sorry, that's just not going to happen.
No one else
guys.
was winning
That's out of the
Depoy
realm
this
of
year,
possibilities.
man. That guy's on his own tier. Now, yes, he's paid the same level as Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's also got paid 2-3 off seasons ago. If Myles Garrett was up for an extension right now, he'd be the highest paid non-quarterback ever, just like Hutchinson.
No, Myles Garrett got a contract this past offseason.
Wasn't
remember?
it 2 years? Oh, that's right. Yeah, because that's right. The trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
He requested the trade.
Demanded a trade, and then they made him the highest paid player on the defensive side of the football. And he said, "No, I don't want to get traded anymore."
Esco says, at this point in their respective careers, I'd take Will Anderson over Hutch.
I
know it's not the way you want to go, but
how about this? Anderson has the luxury of playing across from Danielle Hunter, and it gets him a lot more one-on-ones. And I'm not knocking him because you might be right. Maybe Will Anderson is just the better player, but he does have the luxury of playing across from Danielle Hunter.
Very true.
The Lions don't really have that.
Chris is playing devil's advocate. He says to play devil's advocate, it feels like Hutch racks up stats when he's going against lower-level tackles and tight ends, but when he's facing a quality tackle or double team, he disappears. Esco also talking about the double teams as well, how other guys across the league seem to make a bigger impact against the double teams.
See, this might have a little bit more truth to it than I'd like to admit.
I think so.
I will counter you by saying even against the good tackles and the best offensive lines, it does feel like Hutchinson in the fourth quarter is he just has the stamina to still be going so relentlessly where he looks like the best player on the field. He gets better as the games go on. And that I think is undoubtable. We saw it in the Giants game. It's not like they have this incredible offensive line, but how many times, he's done it in multiple games against the Bears in his career where the fourth quarter rolls around and you feel
it's
it.
Like a game-clinching play, how T.J. Watt used to do all the
time. Yes, you feel it with Hutchinson. It's like he's getting better every snap because everyone else is getting tired and he's staying the same. So that's where I guess I'd throw a counter argument to whoever said that. But there is a little bit of merit to that, of him feasting against the backup offensive tackles and being a little bit more pedestrian against the best tackles in the league. But then, he wrecked Tampa last. Tristan Wirfs didn't play in that game. Yeah.
Yeah, but our boy Bernard Raymond didn't play in that game either, actually. Yeah, that was
We're
bad.
just hurting our own case.
Okay, do you have anything else about Hutchinson? Because I have a little bit of breaking news. Not breaking news sounder worthy.
I don't think he'll win either award.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so, right? It's just going to be McCaffrey, and Garrett obviously is D-boy, like no doubt about it.
But if McCaffrey wins Offensive Player, he won't though, will he?
No.
I think he has an okay chance of winning Comeback Player of the Year, but it's
Hutchinson?
probably just McCaffrey. Yeah.
It's got to be McCaffrey. I mean, he was like the only healthy Niner all year, which is the funniest part about it.
What did he come back from? His knee?
He had like 3 different injuries last year. I think it was a shoulder as well. He banged himself up the entire season. He like came back, played 1 game, got hurt again. Yeah.
Okay, what's your breaking news?
The breaking news is that the college football playoff will remain a 12-team playoff in 2026. We are not expanding. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey publicly supported a 16-team model, but Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti would only agree to it if Sankey committed to a 24-team field after 3 seasons. After 3 years. So they decided to say, screw all that, let's just make it 12 still.
Is it the same format?
So it says, although there has been significant support for a 16-team field, staying at 12 is an expected result because of the stalemate that has existed for months between the Big Ten and SEC. So there's just, these guys can't come to an agreement, and that's why it's staying this way. They basically, I don't think either of them want it to be 12-team. They just couldn't agree to anything.
Why would there ever be a 24-team playoff? Why would that ever happen?
He said after 3 years, it would have to move to 24-team. I agree, yeah.
Why would that ever happen? Ever.
24 is crazy.
That's not a playoffs. That's the start of a new season. 24 teams is whatever. I'd rather it be at 12 than 16 or 24.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get the details during the break about if it's changing the format at all.
989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Great Lakes Loons. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Ready to make your summer unforgettable? Bring your crew to Dow Diamond with special group ticket offerings from the Great Lakes Loons. Whether it's your office, church, team, or family party, there's nothing like being at the ballpark. Private venues, high-end food options, or discounted tickets and food credits for groups as small as 16. Book your group outing today by calling 989-837-BALL or visit loons.com.
This is more than just a lineup. It's a daily ritual for the die-hard Michigan sports fans. At 6 a.m., Anthony Bellino wakes up the state with Spin on Sports.
I do not believe it.
At 9, the Ben Bosscher Show is appointment listening hosted here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
I would like to buy some Casey Mine stock.
America's Best takes over at noon. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Well, what about Patrick Mahomes?
And at 3, Bill Simonson brings it home on The Huge Show. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt for the most passionate fans in Michigan. From the hometown heroes to the college legends to the pros on Sunday, 100.9 The Mitt is your home for wall-to-wall play-by-play coverage. High school football, basketball, and hockey.
Region champions for the first time in school history.
Michigan State football and basketball.
Touchdown, MSU!
The NFL, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night primetime games. And don't think we forgot about your hometown team. The Great Lakes Loons.
That ball's over and out of here.
100.9 The Mitt.
It is the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. This month's recipient is Anyela Eichelberger from Saginaw United. With a 3.99 GPA, Anyela is a two-sport athlete in volleyball and tennis. She serves as a youth ambassador, a stand-up student, and her art is award-winning.
You have art good enough, the teacher will enter your pieces into the show. I did not even know mine was entered into the show. And I actually won 2 awards for the 2 pieces that were entered. The medium I used was color pencil, and it was like a geometric sort of shape. And then the other one was like dot art.
Anyela has been dual enrolled at Delta College in her senior year. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themitt.com.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Michigan.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, I got one Aiden Hutchinson text to read, and then we're going to dive into this new college football playoff format for a second. It says, this is from Eric from Auburn. It says, we love Hutch's play on the field. We hate the contract. Take a little less, do more advertising, and get better teammates around. I think he meant to say do less advertising and get better teammates around you.
More?
Look, I don't think you can ever ask a player to take less. I just think that's so unrealistic for us to ask as fans for a player to take less money than the absolute most amount. That's what the agents are for. There's a reason agents exist. It's to get the most amount of money as possible. No one's taking discounts just for the sake of it. All right, once you get the guaranteed money in the contract, maybe you can work in some restructures, like the way that they're going to do with Goff and St. Brown, I would imagine, this offseason. But you have to go work as much guaranteed money as you can.
So you're saying this guy doesn't know anything?
No, I'm not saying that, but somebody else is.
Most of you guys don't know really much about anything.
Yeah, come on. Okay, so dive a little bit deeper into how this playoff format is going to change, because you read it to me during the break. I think I like it.
Yeah, I think it's at least better than it was before. So it's similar in the fact that, yeah, it's still going to be 12 teams. It's still going to be the same format as far as like the 4 buys or whatever. It's just going to be the top 4 teams. The buys don't inflect the conference champions. But now instead, I think the major change is that instead of it just being the top 4 conference champions, the highest 4 ranked conference champions get into the playoff guaranteed, and then there's the group of 5 one, it is just for sure the Power 4 conference champions are in the college football playoff, a.k.a. Duke would have made the college football playoff this season if it was these rules.
Because they won the ACC.
Right, and that's why Tulane and James Madison got in, because technically James Madison was the 4th highest ranked conference champion. And so it was kind of set up a way that they wanted it to be the Power 4 champions, but they didn't think it would ever happen like this, and it just did this season, which was unfortunate.
It's incredible that it takes 2 years of like, we put the smartest minds, clearly not, to the task on how to create a playoff format, and then 2 years go by and you realize how flawed it is 2 years in a row, to where you have to change it for the 3rd consecutive season.
Yeah.
I think I like this though because,
like, yeah, Duke would have made it, but like that, them winning the ACC was truly an anomaly.
I also am just not a fan of gifting to uncompetitive group of 5 teams a playoff berth. So you may as well just do the Power 4 conferences. I would have been in favor of just the 12 best teams, but I know the ACC and the Big 12 and the group of 5 conferences would have hated that. I don't know what power they have anyway, because it clearly just seems like a Big 10 versus SEC, Greg Sankey versus Tony Petiti thing.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with the 12 best teams because I couldn't stand the fact that there was 2 Make-A-Wish teams in the college football playoffs this year. So I'm fine with them just doing Power 4 conference champions get in, but then it leads us to the next part.
Right. Well, and I also just do think, like, I'm in favor of whatever gives any sort of weight to conference championship weekend has to be in place. So that's why I'm in favor of the conference champions making it. I would honestly still have it the way it was year 1, where the conference champions get to bye. I know that you're going to have a team that's not as good as the 4 seed. That is, there's better teams that didn't get the bye, but I just think conference championship weekend has to have some weight.
So the problem is, like last year, it would have been an absolute disaster if all the conference champions were a bye.
Ohio State would have been the 5 seed.
And you would have had Duke with a bye. Or Tulane with a bye or something.
Win your conference, like that. That's how I feel. Like it's, I understand that like the Big Ten and SEC are so much better than everyone else, but like I don't know. I just think that there has to be some weight to conference championship weekend. It's how I feel.
I'm shocked that it's not going to 14 teams and just the winner of the Big Ten and the SEC both get a first round bye and everybody else has to play.
Yeah, that would make
that
a ton
would
of
have
sense.
Been. You and I we just came up with something better.
It's
in
the NFL
12
playoffs.
Seconds.
It's literally just the NFL. You have to add an extra round, which of course makes this even more complicated because the college football season is already way too long. But yeah, it's just do the NFL playoff format. Just make the Big Ten winner and the SEC winner, give them the buys, and then let's go. Anyways, though.
Oh my God, I can't believe how stupid the people running this sport are.
So the other two differences that are in this, along with just the Power 4 conference champions getting the spots, is that the 5th spot will still go to not the group of 5, the highest ranked group of 5 winner. It's now the highest ranked group of 6 winner because the newly formed Pac-12 for 2026 is now being included in the group of 6. Here is the newly looked Pac-12 this season. Oregon State and Washington State, of course, have been the only 2 teams in it for the last couple of years, which is still pretty funny.
It's just so awesome, 2-team conference.
Here are their new teams joining them. Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Texas State, and Utah State. That's right, it's the Conference of State. Gonzaga will also join the Pac-12, but of course they don't play football, so they will just be there for basketball.
I did not know Gonzaga was joining the Pac-12. Okay, so I feel as if the Pac-12 or the the Pac-12 are they still calling it the Pac-12?
Yep, still called the Pac-12. Yep.
Is there 12 teams?
Nope.
There's 8, isn't there?
Something like that.
Pac-8. I still feel as if the Pac-8.
The Big Ten doesn't have 10 teams.
Yeah, that's also true.
Big 18.
I feel as if this is just better than all the other group conferences. So this is almost it's like there's a group of 5 back to that being a group of 5, but the 5th school is kind of like
it's kind of like the Mountain West, like when Boise State was in the Mountain West. Like that's clearly like the best group of 5 conference.
Yeah, and now it's a group of 4, but this is clearly the best group of 6 conference. I am totally okay with that because it means we're getting a semi-competitive team in the Big Ten or in the college football playoffs most years rather than a James Madison or a Tulane. No offense to those schools. I don't ever want to see you in the playoffs again.
The American
Whereas one of these schools
solid,
could maybe put up a little fight.
The American is a solid conference. But yeah, I mean, if Boise State can like put together a good season, you feel a lot better about them, which I mean, they made the playoff in year 1 of the 12-team format. So yeah, these teams you feel are a level higher than those other group of 5 teams. So at least it gives them a little bit of weight, and obviously it's just one of these teams making it. And if they're not the highest ranked one, if there is another good American team, then they get in. The only other addition to the playoff that was different from last year is that this one was already known, but it is now confirmed. Notre Dame will be a lock for the playoff if it finishes in the selection committee's top 12, which this year they would have been they were ranked 11th, but of course they had to get booted out because you had James Madison and Tulane, who were not ranked in the top 12, get put in. That bounces out Notre Dame. Miami would have been bounced out, which is pretty funny to think about. I don't know why this is a thing, by the way.
Join an effing conference.
But not even that. I just don't know why this was it has something to do with the fact that they don't have a conference championship to play in. That's why they don't have like able to get better at the end of the year.
Yeah, so join one.
Right. I just don't really understand why this is like the playoff committee agreed to this. And it was funny that they agreed to it after like they didn't do it last year. That's the funniest part about all of it. But yeah, Miami, who made the national championship game, would have been kicked out of the playoff because of this Notre Dame clause.
So what's the point of them ever scheduling anybody? What's the point of anybody scheduling anybody now?
Well, Notre Dame just wouldn't be ranked high if they
went 11-1 every year.
If they didn't play anyone, I mean like once again, everyone wants to crap on Notre Dame until they see who they play every year. They play better teams than anyone does.
They play good games. They don't play like the top tier.
You're right.
Best
I guess
teams.
in the SEC teams all have to face each other, so that's fair. Like next year, Notre Dame's big non-conference games: Wisconsin, Michigan State, at North Carolina, at BYU, Miami, SMU, who's been good. They don't play USC next year. I thought that was like a game every year.
Seriously?
Yeah, USC is not on their schedule next year.
Huh. Are those the only 3 changes, or is there anything about reseeding the bracket every round to where the highest seed will always just play the lower seed?
I believe that is it. From what I read, it seems like there's nothing else. And the big thing is that it's not staying a 12-team playoff because they agreed to that. I don't think either Tony Petitti or Greg Sankey wanted to keep the 12-team format. I think it's that they couldn't agree on what number to expand to, and that's why it's staying at 12. So next season, I would say we're almost guaranteed to.
This isn't like a contract for a multi-year thing. This is just like, hey, we'll figure it out again next year. We'll just change the playoffs every year.
Here is a little bit of an update, I guess. December 1st is the deadline of.
That means nothing.
That they have to submit their format to ESPN, which is kind of weird to say that. And the extension got granted to January 23rd last year. They said that next year, December 1st, is for sure the deadline.
Yeah, January or December 1st or December 2nd was the deadline last year, though.
Yeah, but they're saying like that they won't be allowing any extensions anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I guess this is where we're at with this sport. We're just going to tweak it every single season because we can't figure it out. Awesome. 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on the Mitt, the 10 o'clock hour. As always, is brought to you by our friends over at Corning, a global leader in material science right here in Midland. From the glass in your smartphones to innovations that power clean energy and advanced medicine, Corning is shaping the future. But it's not just about the tech, it's also about the people. Corning invests in the community, supports local schools, and creates opportunities that are close to home. With a legacy of innovation and commitment to what is next, Corning is proud to call Midland a part of its story. Corning creating life-changing innovations, one breakthrough at a time. You guys can watch and listen to us live here on YouTube if you so desire. We got the Facebook stream going as well, and obviously on your radio. And if you're driving around through town, I think people are still operating normally today, even though it's sub-zero.
I don't think
freezing.
The roads are that bad. It's just cold.
If you're driving through Midland, I got the perfect place to stop for you. Pizza Baker. When you're actually craving pizza that makes your taste buds happy, you got to head to them. Their wood fire pizza place. They're known for fresh, creative pies, and the one that everyone's been talking about, the Margaroni. Perfect crust, bold flavors, and that smoky wood fire taste. You just can't really get anywhere else. Pizza Baker, come hungry, leave happy, stop by for lunch, downtown Midland.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Suit up, Sea Captain. At Dive and Glide in Midland, we've got all the gear you need to make a splash. Flippers that fit like a glove, masks that show you the underwater magic, and tanks ready to fuel your next adventure. Whether you're snorkeling the local lakes or dreaming of ocean depths, Dive and Glide has your back and your fins. Find us on Cambridge Street or swim over to diveandglideinc.com. Dive and Glide, making waves one splash at a time so you can dive deeper than ever before.
This winter, the hottest action in Midland isn't on a screen. It's on the court at the Dow Tennis Classic, February 15th through the 22nd. The lights, the speed, the perfect hush just before a match-winning shot. It's all back, and it's more electrifying than ever. Come watch world-class athletes battle for every point, every set, every moment, right here in your own backyard. It's fast, it's fierce, and it is unforgettable. Tickets are on sale now. Visit DowTennisClassic.com. Be there February 15th to the 22nd for the Dow Tennis Classic.
Dreaming of warmer days? Now's the perfect time to start at Maple Hill Nursery. For a limited time, take 30% off all current in-stock outdoor furniture floor models. Our annual January sale to make room for what's next. And what's next is exciting. We're adding Three Birds Casual and Lloyd Flanders to our already fine selection of outdoor furniture, arriving soon. Now's also the best time to place your outdoor furniture order, so it's ready when spring weather hits. Order early, enjoy sooner, and Maple Hill can even store it for you. Maple Hill Nursery. Get ready for outdoor season today.
He got him! That's 3 of them! The Great Lakes Bay Region's home for Spartans basketball.
A big noon tip-off for the Spartans on Saturday. MSU hosts Maryland at the Breslin. Coverage starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Presented by Weiss Equipment.
Every MSU game all season long.
It's so fun to hear people chanting.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9.
The Mitt.
The Mitt. You want sports takes? You want local voices that own the mic?
Yeah.
We've got them on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. It kicks off at 6 a.m. with Anthony Bellino on Spin on Sports.
Rise and shine.
From 9 to noon, don't miss Michigan's newest sports show, The Ben Bosscher Show.
Hey, remember that.
At noon, you get America's smartest sports takes, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I want Shador to play.
And at 3, the one and only Bill Simonson and The Huge Show. This is where real fans stay locked in. 100.9 The Mitt.
They tell us we're more connected these days. We have cell phones, email, text messaging, yet we've never felt more disconnected from the people we care about the most. We need a place that's all about bringing us together. Say hello to the Great Lakes Bay region, where towns like Saginaw, Midland, Bay City, Birch Run, Chesaning, and Frankenmuth help us leave behind the overscheduled world we live in and visit a place we haven't seen in a while. One where the people make us feel right at home. And we remember just how bright our kids' eyes get, peeking through a riverboat railing, just to catch a glimpse of the wildlife. So let's go fishing, bird watching. Let's blow the suds off a local tap, take a tall ship dinner cruise at sunset, or stop by a festival just because the name made us smile. Right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, where reconnecting with what really matters is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Welcome back in. It's time to take a trip around the league.
It's time to zoom out and go around the league.
Around the league, always made possible by the Arid Insurance Group with Farm Bureau. They understand not everyone's insurance needs are the same. They want to work personally with you to create something best suited for your needs. Whether it's life, home, auto, physical insurance, it's all available with the Arid Insurance Group with Farm Bureau. The team's got over 100 years of combined experience. They know how to put you in the best position possible. The experience matters, and that's why the Arid Insurance Group with Farm Bureau Insurance is the way to go. Serving the Tri-Cities with locations in Bay City and Saginaw. All right, we got 2 games this weekend, Kyle. I want to give you my 6 favorite bets for this weekend's conference championship slate.
Okay.
Number 1, we're starting with a banger. Plus 1,120. Overtime, Rams versus Seahawks occurs. Here's this. How about this? Ready? 3 of the last 8 games that these teams have played have gone into overtime. 7 of the last 8 games they've played have been a one-score game. There are no blowouts in this series. They play close games. They match up well. It's a rubber match. We get overtime here. I wouldn't be shocked. I really wouldn't be. It feels like this thing's going to come down to the wire. Plus 1120 seems like pretty good play.
Yeah,
a sprinkle,
it does,
not like a
but
full unit, but like,
know.
sprinkle.
We have had overtime in every round. I think that is big. In the playoff overtime, I'm so interested. I want it to go to double overtime so bad. I just want to know what happens. You know, what's going to happen? These teams also went to overtime earlier this year, correct?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so like
it was the crazy game.
The crazy game. So I don't know, a team going to overtime twice? That seems kind of crazy.
Does it, or does it just mean that they're matched up pretty well? I mean, you can tell me that this bet's stupid and you're not going to place
it's pretty stupid, yeah.
I just thought I wanted to throw one bet in here for like crazy good odds.
Right, okay.
Plus 120. Puka Nacua to score a touchdown. I've told you this. I've made it clear. I'm riding this dude. I'm going to bet on him to score a touchdown every week that they're still playing. It worked out for me in round 1. Didn't work out for me last round. So that's fine.
Due?
He's due. Plus 120. Anytime I see him with plus odds, I feel like I just have to take it. I'm well aware of how great Seattle's defense is. If they can get after Matthew Stafford, that's the recipe for this to not hit. He had 2 touchdowns last time they played Seattle and 225 yards. He's gotten double-digit targets every game since November. I feel pretty like if I ever see Puka Nacua plus odds to score a touchdown, I feel like it's just an automatic place a unit on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this one.
Sam Darnold, Minus 146 to throw an interception. He hasn't thrown one in 2 weeks. There's no way he's going to go 3 straight weeks without throwing one.
What if he goes all the way throughout the Super Bowl, just like balling in the playoffs, though?
What kind of conversations do we have to have about Sam
I don't know.
Darnold if
Is
he
on
wins
the best
Super Bowl?
contract in the NFL? Like,
he hasn't thrown one in 2 weeks.
there's a reason it's minus 146 then.
There is no Zach Charbonnet.
Right.
Season-ending injury last week. If Seattle can't establish the run and all of a sudden they have to like rely on Darnold's arm to get them up and down the field, that's when I feel like we are just destined for a Sam Darnold turnover. He leads the NFL amongst the quarterbacks in the playoffs in turnovers, turnover-worthy percentage. He can't help himself but to put the ball in harm's way.
Right.
I'd be pretty shocked if he didn't throw one in this game.
I think I agree. It feels right. I mean, he threw, 5 of them in the first time they played?
That's what it felt
And then
like.
in the second game, he turned the ball over a ton, and it was like, Darnold sucks. And then they had the craziest comeback ever, and it was like, maybe he doesn't. I don't really know. I can't tell.
Yeah. Football's so funny, man, because you'll think one thing about a team and a player for 3 quarters, then they make 3 good plays in the fourth, and it's like that just won them the game.
Right.
Minus 146. Most books don't allow you to parlay any
of these weird the
interceptions.
Yeah.
So you might just have to hammer 2 units on this. But I don't know. I feel there's a reason it's minus 146, like you said. Most likely quarterback to throw a pick this week, Sam Darnold or Jarrett Stidham?
I think Sam Darnold.
I do too.
I don't know. It's not that I'm saying like he's worse than Stidham. Of course not. But
Stidham, I feel like, will be protected by Sean Payton.
He can't make any risky throws. Yeah.
I feel like Sean Payton will coddle him. Whereas I feel
like Matt Stafford, just against that Seattle defense, you're just like gonna throw a pick.
It's not bad. Against Denver's defense too, Drake May.
Right.
Okay, what are the odds everyone throws a pick?
Oh, well, you see, they have that here.
Seriously?
I think so. I'm looking at weird ones right now.
All quarterbacks this weekend to throw a pick?
They don't have it.
I was about to say. I really like this one. This might be my favorite one.
Oh, no, they do have it.
No.
Each starting quarterback to throw 1 interception
guess?
in both championship games. What are the odds?
Plus 700.
It's not as good as you think. Okay, actually, really good guess. Plus 600.
That's fun.
Every quarterback to throw a pick?
That's a fun one to just root for.
There's a lot of these little fun ones here, stuff like that. Like each team to score 1 rushing touchdown in every game.
No, I don't mess with that. That one gets scary.
Plus 380? I mean, just a rushing touchdown? Come on. Okay, anyways.
I'd rather do the interceptions one. This one's my favorite one. People just assume Stidham's not going to be allowed to throw the ball. Jarrett Stidham will have 200 yards. It's minus 112.
I mean,
in the 4 games he started, he's averaging 270 yards per game. It's not like he's just not going to throw the football. It's Sean Payton. It'll be a coddled offense, but he will get yards
stacked
up.
Bo Nix has a lot of games where he doesn't get to 200 yards. It's against, obviously, New England's defense you can pass on a little bit, but they've been pretty good in the playoffs.
Bo Nix doesn't really
odds?
have that many games where he doesn't get the 200 yards.
Okay, but they're right around 200 though, right?
Sure, but there's also games where he throws for 300 plus yards. Like I don't know, man. You can kind of throw on New England. It's the run that's their kind of bread and butter on defense to stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people are just so out on the idea of Jarrett Stidham winning a playoff game, and I don't necessarily think they're going to win, but I don't think this is just going to be some blowout.
I almost think the opposite. I think people are starting to convince themselves that Jarrett Stidham can win the Broncos this game. I've been seeing that, man.
Just now there's too much of it?
Like, not too much, but it's creeping. Like, maybe by the time the game hits on Sunday, there might be too much of it. Keep an eye on it, though.
Okay, how about minus 114, Drake May, 30-plus yards on the ground. He had 66 versus Los Angeles, 10 versus Houston. I feel like Denver's secondary is just going to bottle up the New England wide receivers, which aren't some group to brag about by any means. It's Diggs and Hunter Henry and Booty. If the Denver secondary is locking them up, I feel like it's going to be pretty easy for May to take off and try to pick up some yards on the ground. Last week his over-under was 40. Now it's 10 less.
I like this. He's been extra mobile in the playoffs as well, like you've said. So,
but only 10 yards last week.
Yeah, but that game against the Chargers, it was like him versus Herbert. Like whoever gets more rush yards wins. That's
Right.
kind of what everyone was saying, and May had a ton in that game. So, yeah, they also didn't need to last week necessarily. That Houston defense is kind of hard to get away from those guys and scramble, so that makes a little bit of sense. I like this one.
Last one I got for you. You said you trust Sean Payton, right? To put together an offense?
Sure.
For a backup quarterback?
Yeah.
What if I told you two first downs on Denver's opening drive was plus 110? Just don't go 3 and out. Just 20 yards. That's all we need.
What a crazy find.
I trust Sean Payton's script.
The first drive for Jarrett Stidham since August. He's got to get 2 first downs.
First drive in a game. A lot of practice. Don't you trust Sean Payton to scheme up like a good first 15 plays of the game?
No, that's true.
That's the script of
That's
the
true.
first play. He's one of the best play
Are
callers
they getting
in the league.
ball first? That matters to me.
Why would that matter?
Because if New England comes down and scores opening drive, then I'm not taking this.
Let me ask you this. Do we really think New England's scoring on the opening drive in
No,
Denver when that place
I'm just
is
saying,
rocking?
like, what if they did, No, I could see this one. I don't hate it.
I feel like this one should be minus 110.
Right, yeah, the fact you're
Over
getting it
under
plus, yeah.
1.5 first downs, and I can take the over at plus 110.
Right. That's not bad.
Sign me up.
I got one for you.
Sure, tell me.
And this is, I'm actually asking you. So there's a lot of these fun little, like, championship specials on Generic Sportsbook. And, okay, the Triple Crown. Most pass yards, receiving yards, rush yards. If you had to parlay 3 dudes together, they have, like, every option available. So who would you pick? And I'll tell you what the odds are on that guy or on that combo.
I'm going to go with give me Stafford for passing yards.
Yep, he seems to be the favorite in that category.
Even though you're going up against Seattle. Ugh. You know what? Take that away. I want
Stafford is the favorite for most pass yards.
I want Drake May.
He wants Drake May, who's the 3rd highest favorite.
Who's second? Darnold?
Darnold. Not Jarrett Stidham, that's for sure.
No, keep it as Stafford.
He's going back to Stafford.
And then I'll take Puka.
He's going with Puka, double Rams.
Rushing yards?
Yeah, Puka's the favorite as well for most receiving yards. It's him and JSN, though, neck and neck. And then rush yards is where it gets sketchy.
Can I bet J.K. Dobbins, or does it not allow me to?
It does not allow you to. R.J. Harvey
Wouldn't
is
that be awesome?
available to
I
wager.
think J.K. Dobbins is playing.
Is he? I
think he is.
I guess I didn't know that.
He's been practicing this week. Give me Ramondre Stevenson.
He's going Ramondre Stevenson, who's the 3rd favorite. Okay, so that odd, you got Stafford, Puka. Let me find that one. Stafford, Puka, and Ramondre Stevenson is plus 3,000, Ben.
Ooh. Don't mind that. I really like that interception bet just as like something fun to root for this
It is
weekend.
kind of fun, right? It's plus,
It's like,
plus
an
600.
interception! yeah. Incompetency!
See, the ones that I hate the most are these ones. Like, you got each team to have 4 field goals in both championship games. Like,
Nah.
what? Yeah, those are the dumbest ones.
Each team to have 4 field
Or
goals?
I think it was 4 field goals in each game. I don't really know. It's confusing.
What were the odds on that?
Plus 5,000.
Yeah, I was about to say, no thanks. See, you know what the ones that always, like, they get you? It's the ones that are like, each team to have 15 passing yards in every game. It's like, oh, this is a guarantee hit. Of course this is going to hit. Or like, this running back to have 10 yards in every
this
quarter.
One. Like, this is the lowest odds one. 1 point to be scored in each quarter of both championship games.
See, I'm not doing that. I can't do it. What are the odds?
It's minus 180. I mean, it's not even good odds.
Yeah, no. All right, let's bounce to something else when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Skubal unlikely to be being dealt before the Tigers season starts. I believe he's going to be playing for the Detroit Tigers this season. Not really a hot take, but we did get an update on it yesterday that I want to go over with you guys when we come back. Like I said, this is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Hey, Linked Technologies, they're going to be your new best friend. I'll be honest, I don't really know anything about technology. That's why I trust Linked Technology in Midland. They handle all the complicated stuff. I'm talking IT support, cybersecurity, cloud solutions, networking, so I don't have to stress about it. Whatever your business needs, their team knows exactly what to do. And they make it easy to understand along the way. Link Technology, the experts who keep your business running smoothly so you can focus on what you do best.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Isaiah, how did you get all wet?
I was playing in the rain.
Son, you're in the house. It's not raining inside. Or is it?
Yeah, it's in the kitchen.
What?
Oh no, the roof has a leak.
Leak? That's a waterfall.
We need that fixed now.
Rexy Siding and Building Repair can fix it.
What, son?
Any job, anywhere. Bresky can do it all.
Call Bresky right now and get that roof fixed. And while you're at it, have him fix the gutters.
Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Sharon Mortensen, President and CEO of the Midland Area Community Foundation.
It's a group of people that come together to learn about and to provide input on things happening in our community. So our next upcoming time that we're together, we're talking about law enforcement. We're going to have our prosecutor and our sheriff and our police chief talking about what they're doing and then getting input from the group. So that's a wonderful way for people to come and learn and share their ideas. We've also partnered with the Midland Business Alliance on the My Pros Community Crowd Fund, which started, goodness now, I think it's been probably 4 years.
Listen to the full episode on YouTube at 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Great Lakes Loons. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
That ball is gone. And if you want to hit one out of the park for Midland, listen up. The Midland Area Community Foundation just launched something special, the Wavemakers Society.
The Wavemakers Society is how the Midland Area Community Foundation brings people together to invest in our community's future. It's about creating ripples of generosity that grow into waves of lasting change. When we all give a little with intention, we build permanent community capital that supports Midland's greatest needs now and for generations to come.
That's a game changer. Step up to the plate and join the team shaping Midland's future.
Learn more at midlandfoundation.org.
Make waves. Create ripples. Shape Midland's future today.
Hey, I'm Ben Bosscher.
And I'm Kyle Sandel.
And the two of us are live every weekday on 100.9 The Mitt at 9 a.m. until noon, giving you opinions on the teams that you care about the most.
The Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, those teams.
And a whole lot more. Whether we're breaking down a game from the night before, debating the biggest news from the day, or doing a draft or spread picks, we're always having fun. I mean, come on, it's our job to talk about sports. How could we not be having fun?
So if the big games aren't enough for you, if you're a real diehard fan, this show is going to be perfect for you. You can count on us to be your morning sports outlet every day.
The Ben Bosscher Show with Ben Bosscher and Kyle Sandel on 100.9 The Mitt.
Scrolling? Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters?
Yeah.
100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of.
It's hot!
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today, and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
Every Wednesday on the Ben Bosscher Show, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet, you've got a chance to be a big winner.
That's what this is all about. It always has been about.
If you want a chance to go see the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham, two-time All-Star, we've got the perfect opportunity for you. Big Win Wednesday, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet. On Wednesday, January 28th, we're going to give away 2 tickets to the Pistons-Nets game scheduled for February 1st. Again, that is Big Win Wednesday, Pistons tickets, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet.
They tell us we're more connected these days. We have cell phones, email, text messaging, yet we've never felt more disconnected from the people we care about the most. We need a place that's all about bringing us together. Say hello to the Great Lakes Bay region, where towns like Saginaw, Midland, Bay City, Birch Run, Chesaning, and Frankenmuth help us leave behind the overscheduled world we live in and visit a place we haven't seen in a while. One where the people make us feel right at home. And we remember just how bright our kids' eyes get, peeking through a riverboat railing, just to catch a glimpse of the wildlife. So let's go fishing, bird watching. Let's blow the suds off a local tap, take a tall ship dinner cruise at sunset, or stop by a festival just because the name made us smile. Right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, where reconnecting with what really matters is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, it does not sound like Tarik Skubal is going to be dealt this offseason, and I think that's for two reasons. A, I think the Tigers just want to bring him back and run this thing back and do the last dance method of this season. We're not going to be able to pay this guy, but we may as well keep him around and hope that the offense wakes up a little bit and go on a little miraculous run here. The other reason I think he's not getting traded is because the Mets pivoted and traded for Peralta yesterday. 2 days ago? Maybe it was today or yesterday.
Yesterday.
That tells me that they've given up on trading for Tarik Skubal. And based on John Heyman hopping on air yesterday and saying, well, I don't think Tarik Skubal is being traded, and based on the evidence that we have that has been put down in articles that Scott Harris is a terrible negotiator, doesn't want to give up any of his prospects to acquire talent, wants to, always over asking for guys at the deadline. Did it with Jack Flaherty, asked for 200 cents on the dollar. Nobody was willing to give it to him, and then at the last second basically had to give in and take a much worse package than he was actually offered days leading up to the deadline. It is my belief that if the Tigers were to have shopped Tarik Skubal this offseason, which I think is the responsible thing to do, they botched this and asked for not just 200 cents on the dollar, but like 400, 500 cents on the dollar, to the point where the other teams are like, dude, Scott Harris, play ball with us. Now you have such a bad reputation across the league that no one wants to pick up the phone and talk to you because it's useless. Because you don't want to trade Max Anderson away at the deadline when you're buying. Because you're asking for a ridiculous price for a Jack Flaherty at the deadline. Now Tarik Skubal's for sale. Yes, he should demand the most ideal trade package in the history of the MLB. In the history of baseball, no one should have a better trade package compensation for than what you trade for Tarik Skubal. But if you're asking for something that's even twice as egregious as that, and the teams are like, dude, we can't, we're not doing this. We're not dancing with you on this. What you're asking for is outrageous. Then yeah, you not only botched Tarik Skubal's trade value, but there's even more evidence that you are maybe not the best president of baseball operations, and teams aren't just going to want to call you at the deadline anymore. They're just going to continue to play you like a fiddle.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with all of this, and I've struggled to balance my fandom from what's best for the actual, what makes sense from a organizational standpoint. It makes sense for the Tigers to trade Tarik Skubal. It does.
Not if
yes,
they're trying
does.
to win a World Series.
They're not trying to do anything.
They're trying to make money.
Yeah, they're trying to do it the cheap way. They're trying to win the AL Central every year. It makes sense for them to do it. Is it what I want them to do? Hell no. Not at all.
No, I truly don't believe it is best for them to trade Skubal. I think it fundamentally just comes down to, do you think you can win a World Series this? Do you have a better or worse chance to win a World Series if you have Tarik Skubal on your team? It's better, so you keep him this season.
Right.
I think
agree.
it's that simple.
Sure, but also you and I know, and everyone knows, and even the people in charge know, and Tarik Skubal knows that he's not going to be on the Tigers next year.
Mm.
So I don't want them to trade him at all. This is the mindset I've had the entire time. Yeah, because I said this a week ago. I think the Tigers have the best chance to win a championship in the city of Detroit before anybody, and that's this year.
Do you disagree with that now that the Pistons have kicked everyone's butt?
Sure, but it has nothing to do with the Tigers, though. It's not like I've lost that confidence in the Tigers team this year.
Fair.
Because I think I'm higher on Kevin McGonigal than most. And I think he's going to make a huge impact. But it doesn't change the fact that the Tigers are just screwing everything up. And if they win a World Series, then I'll stop being mad. But that needs to happen first.
989-837-6125. We'll get to our NFL spread picks here coming up. John's going to join us. Man, we've tried to put the branch out for John to get himself back into the spread picks. We doubled the playoff points in an effort for him to get himself back into it.
You and I have even made bad picks throughout the playoffs, too.
Yeah, what? I went 1-3 last week, and you went 0-4.
I went 0-4.
He's still in last place by a decent amount.
And I'm still in first.
I know. I'm starting to regret doubling the points in the playoffs because I'd have to go do the math. I think I might still be winning if we didn't. Anyway, we'll get to that in the 11 o'clock hour coming up.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Hardware and Sports in downtown Midland has some extra savings for rewards members this month. New Year's resolutions, let's stick to them. Want to be more organized? Sterlite brand 15-quart storage totes are $6.99, and select shelving units $79.99 each. Maybe your resolution was to finish that paint job you've been pushing aside. Ace brand paintbrush and trim rollers are 50% off. And make the snow removal process easier. You save $200 instantly on Ego Power Plus snow thrower kits.
Tired of floors that snore? Walls that whisper, meh. Premier Tile in Midland is here to spice things up one tile at a time. They've got backsplash that'll make your pasta jealous.
What?
Shower walls that'll actually sing in the morning. And floors so fabulous, you'll consider eating dinner off them. Stylish, affordable, slightly obsessed with grout. Visit Premier Tile, located between Stark and Sturgeon, right off US 10, or at PremierTileStone.com.
Jack Frost is nipping at your nose, but don't let him touch your thermostat. This winter, keep your home warm and worry-free with Answer Heating and Cooling. From furnace tune-ups to emergency repairs, our friendly professional techs make sure your heating system runs smoothly all season long. Customers rave about our courteous service and how we leave everything clean and working perfectly. Call Answer Heating and Cooling or visit AnswerSOS.com today. Answer Heating and Cooling. Don't be left in the cold. Let us keep you warm.
Hey, I'm Ben Bosscher.
And I'm Kyle Sandel.
And the two of us are live every weekday on 100.9 The Mitt at 9 a.m. until noon, giving you opinions on the teams that you care about the most.
The Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, those teams.
And a whole lot more. Whether we're breaking down a game from the night before, debating the biggest news from the day, or doing a draft or spread picks, we're always having fun. I mean, come on, it's our job to talk about sports. How could we not be having fun?
So if the big games aren't enough for you, if you're a real diehard fan, this show is going to be perfect for you. You can count on us to be your morning sports outlet every day.
The Ben Bosscher Show with Ben Bosscher and Kyle Sandel on 100.9 The Mitt.
You want sports takes? You want local voices that own the mic?
Yeah.
We've got them. On Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. It kicks off at 6 a.m. with Anthony Bellino on Spin on Sports.
Rise and shine.
From 9 to noon, don't miss Michigan's newest sports show, The Ben Bosscher Show.
Hey, remember that.
At noon, you get America's smartest sports takes, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I want Shador to play.
And at 3, the one and only Bill Simonson and The Huge Show. This is where real fans stay locked in. 100.9 The Mitt.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think.
I think if the Pistons trade for Michael Porter Jr., they are winning the Eastern Conference. I think just because the Lions missed the playoffs this season doesn't mean there's any need for big-time changes when it comes to the regime of Bran Holmes, Dan Campbell, and Jared Goff for that matter. I think every time we see this Michigan basketball team take the floor, we are witnessing one piece of what could be a historic season. And I think if you agree or disagree with anything I just said, you should listen to The Ben Bosscher Show, weekdays from 9 to noon.
From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
All right, we will get to our NFL spread picks here in about 15 minutes. 2 games, Conference Championship week. We'll give you our predictions on that. I want to re-go over the college football playoff format that got updated today. New deal put in place, Big Ten, SEC. they don't come to an agreement, which means they basically are just running it back with the 12-team playoff format with a couple tweaks to it, Kyle.
Yes, a couple tweaks to it in the fact that they are going to now, instead of having just the highest 4 ranked college football champions or conference champions, it's the Power 4 champions that are all winning it. So, a.k.a. Duke would have made the playoff this year rather than James Madison, which is funny because I think they played. I'm pretty sure James Madison beat them. But nonetheless, that was kind of an anomaly having Duke win it. Notre Dame is going to be guaranteed a spot if they're in the top 12. And the Pac-12 has been added to the group of 6. And the winner of the highest ranked, group of 6 school will be in the college football playoff.
I think I ultimately really like this. It means that there's not going to be 2 group of 5s that get in ever again because you guarantee the ACC and Big 12 a bid, which I hope there's not another year like last year in the ACC where they're that much of a disaster,
Right.
although
Well,
they
Miami,
did have Miami go on to
but Miami
make it.
lost to 2 bad teams in the conference and didn't have a chance to make the championship game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think last year's more of the anomaly, so I'm glad that we're not going to ever have 2 group of 5 teams in again. And I'm also glad that we now have this Pac-12 that is reformed, this new version of it, because there's the group of 5 or the group of 6 now, I guess we're calling it, but it feels like the Pac-12 is far ahead of that. Like there's the Power 4, there's the Pac-12, and then there's the group of 5 still. That's kind of the way I'm viewing it.
Right.
And
Because
I
the
feel
Mountain
like
West has been kind of deformed now that it's essentially just the Pac-12.
those 2 conferences have merged in my eyes.
Essentially they have, yes.
So now that you have this kind of bonus conference that's not quite a power conference but not quite a group conference, that's probably more often than not, until they just change the playoff format again the following season because they can't figure it out, that, like, I'd almost guarantee that that's where the group of 6 school comes from, is the Pac-12, in other words, New Mountain West.
And it's probably
like
just
that.
Boise. Yeah.
And it's probably Boise or Washington State or whoever's a good season, because at least those teams aren't going to get necessarily rolled, I don't think, in the playoffs, unlike a Tulane or a James Madison. Maybe these schools can be kind of competitive because it's kind of like power football.
And I think this gives them a chance to eventually, if this team, if it is the Pac-12 that sends that group of 6 team to the championship or to the playoff and they stink again, then that might be their final stake to be like, all right,
best 12 teams.
We're done doing that at all. Yeah, it's just the best 12 teams, and then we do the conference champions somehow get some sort of incentive.
I would be in favor of 12 best teams or 14 best teams, Big Ten, SEC, both get a first-round bye, just like the NFL playoffs.
Are you guys in favor of expansion of the college football playoff? Oh, hey, John.
Oh. Hey, John, you staying warm?
I am staying warm, man. I'm de-thawing, basically, and letting you riff. I mean, you're already wrong. You're putting the Pac-12.
Wait, it's because I don't know anything about anything. Isn't that right,
yeah,
Kyle?
play the Almiron clip.
Caught me off guard.
Most of you guys don't know really much about anything.
That's what John just told us.
That's what all my teachers said, too, man.
What class do you have?
What?
What do you mean teachers?
What they said, not what they say. What they said.
I thought you said say.
He's already on my nerves. I'm already mad at him.
Relax.
He comes in looking like Slim Shady today, and he thinks he could talk to whoever. Let's start here. The Pac-12 being over, like you say, Tulane, the American Conference. The American Conference has actually shown its worth in previous college football playoffs. I'm supposed to respect the Pac-12 that gets 9 new members basically from the Mountain West just because they have Boise.
Can I make it a petition that we got?
I've seen Cincinnati have a run before, right?
I mean, they made the playoffs. They got their asses beat. But
okay, so did Boise, if you want to go by that.
No, I'm with you there. Can we change the name of this conference? I don't.
Pac
It
State?
feels weird calling it the Pac-12.
I mean, they should just be Pac State. Everybody is state.
Can we just call it the Pac?
No, Pac. At least they're closer to 12 teams than the Big Ten is to 10.
Yeah.
All right.
At least the Big Ten, though, has like the teams you think of when you think of the Big Ten. And then they added the West.
USC,
no, well, they added the
Rutgers.
West Coast schools. But the Pac, I mean, there's no teams. There's 2 teams from the Pac-12 that existed 2 years ago. At least the Big Ten still has their
But also,
their
like,
teams.
could any of you even name how many teams are in the Big 12? The numbers don't
What
matter
is
at
it?
all.
14?
That's what I'm saying. None of
16?
us know.
No, the number doesn't matter. But, like, I just think the teams are so different in that conference. Forget the number. The teams are just so different that it's 16. Not the Pac-12 anymore.
My point is, we could talk about numbers. Pac-12, just on its historical sense, okay, the American Conference is better than the Pac-12 will be next year in football, is my point.
Ooh.
So if you're just saying in
Who's
terms of your
representing
respect
the American
levels
now?
that
Tulane again.
Tulane, Cincinnati.
That's Well, Cincinnati's in the Big 12.
Yeah, and Cincinnati also
Big
lost
12 now.
but Cincinnati also lost
Tulane,
that coach to Luke Fickell to Wisconsin.
North Texas, who lost their coach to Oklahoma State. USF has brought in Brian Hartline to be their coach, so they might be good. Tulsa, Florida Atlantic, Navy.
I still feel like
Boise just puts the Pac-12 over that.
No, okay, maybe I'm falling victim to just believing the Pac-12 is supposed to be something that it's not, when in reality, this is just a new formed conference. It's not the Pac-12. I don't know why we have to call it that. Why are we conforming to that?
Because that's the conference that they joined.
History.
That's why it's called that.
There's no history with this conference that currently exists with these teams.
And there's no history with the Big Ten adding USC and Washington and Oregon and UCLA.
No, but at least the teams that made up the Big Ten are still in the Big Ten.
You got Oregon State.
Yeah, you got Washington State still. Come on. I think there's a world where one of those teams becomes relevant again. And at the end of the day, I am with Ben in the fact of, like, I trust those teams to get back to it and be confident rather than these other teams in the American. I know that's like discounting them because they've been better, and Oregon State was god-awful last year, new coach and everything, but they were good at one given time, you know? So
I think I actually do have an answer. And I don't know this off the top of my head, so shame on me, but this isn't the direction that I want it to go, so maybe you guys can help me out here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know the Pac-12 or this Pac conference, whatever we want to call it, what does their media rights deal look like? With what partners? And what does the American Conference's media rights deals look with their partners? Because this is why the Pac-12 failed to exist and got cut from the Power 5 group. They partnered up with the CW.
That's what Pac-12 is doing.
Yeah.
They're still with the CW? Okay,
yeah.
Who's the American with?
I mean, they're not in a top primetime slot, but they'll be on ESPN. Right?
Then they're probably making way more money, which means they have more money to pay guys.
ESPNU?
More than the CW, absolutely.
Depends how much
so
the
if they're going to
CW
be
is giving
getting
them.
way
They
more,
also get CBS Sports Network games. You know,
Americans with the ESPN, they've been with it for over 5
then all
years.
those schools are going to have a better revenue share with the media rights stuff, which means they're all going to have more money to spend NIL-wise. So maybe, so you might be right.
What?
Well, now I'm trying to kind of jump into your
The Pac-12 is also
side.
on CBS as well. Which
they are on CBS.
CW is owned by CBS,
but
right?
CBS Sports Network. Like my point is that
Are they on Paramount?
The Pac-12 is never going to take the CBS in terms of college football's biggest entity is the Big Ten now, right?
Yes.
ESPN's is the SEC. Everyone else is losing. Every other conference, the Big 12's losing.
Yes.
The Pac-12, the American, they're all just
Correct, but the Pac-12, the reason that they don't exist is because they fumbled it so bad when their media rights deal was done in like 2021 or whenever they had to redo their deal. They fumbled it so bad that every school, the 4 major ones, were like, we're getting the hell out of here because we know we're not making money.
You talk about fumbled, they're on the West Coast. That has the disadvantage. They didn't get a Heisman Trophy winner in the 2000s till Caleb Williams because no one watches their games. They play. Right? Yeah. You could name another one.
Reggie
the 2000s.
Bush?
Oh, okay.
Does that not count?
It does, but it was taken away. But yes, Reggie Bush does count. But since USC,
Mariota didn't win a Heisman?
I don't think so.
No, right? Did he?
Did he?
Did he? Did
no, we're not talking. No, he did not win a Heisman.
Yeah, but no, I feel like Mariota did. Then am I wrong here?
Yeah, he won.
John's making up stats.
He won the Heisman.
John's making up stats.
Okay,
yeah, he won the
but
Heisman.
still, the whole thing was that there's an East Coast bias because because it's better for networks to air big noon kickoffs. Like, think of what's happening now with the Big Ten. These teams are complaining. USC, UCLA. Oh, they're in the Big Boy Conference. Oh, but we don't want to play at noon. We don't want to play basketball at noon. We don't want to play.
We don't want to play at 11:30 p.m.
And that's that. And who's still winning? The East Coast team. So you could say the Pac-12 fumbled. They tried to make their own network. It didn't work because they don't have as big enough fan bases, and the ones that were big enough joined the better conference. I mean, you can say it's fumbling. I just think they're dealt a bad card. Like, the American Conference is set up more to be successful than the Pac-12 just because it's on the East Coast Midwest.
The new version of I'm getting confused because when you say Pac-12, I think of
the old Pac-12.
Oregon, Washington.
The old Pac-12.
Not set. The American was not set up more than the old Pac-12.
Of course they are.
They had better teams.
No, they have better teams, but no one's watching it. It's cute to watch Hawaii in week 0 and week 1 when there's nothing else on. Oh, I could stay up till 11 and watch football.
Pac-12.
And then, okay, but West Coast teams, beyond that, no one watches it. Or not enough where, there's a considerable share. The best thing for these West Coast schools has been the NIL and transfer portal.
For sure.
Oh, I could play out west and make a lot of money? Okay. Still might not have my games be seen, but at least when I get through the door, I'm going to make money. And if they're supported by alumni, I mean, that's why
I don't think there's
so
any reason
open.
why the Pac-12 failed to exist and the Big 12 survived. Like, that is incompetency from the commissioner of the Pac-12, whoever that was.
You say survived. The Big 12 is surviving. They're not thriving.
No, correct. But the Pac-12 ceased to exist. I don't.
Correct.
Can we? What are we calling this conference? I don't want to call
State.
Pac State. Sure.
But you don't think in a couple of years, because it's where it's going, the best Big 12 schools leave for the Big 10 or SEC?
No,
like they
I mean
already
we're probably
have. The
heading
Big 12
down
had
that.
Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, no,
They're
we're
two
probably
big
heading
ones.
there anyway.
I mean, who's in the Big 12? TCU, Cincinnati, as Kyle informed me. Who else?
Texas Tech was their representative in the playoffs.
Utah.
Like that conference is okay too, but and that's poaching from the Pac-12. Utah was in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the Big 12 got all out dandy. It's just there on ESPN.
BYU. Well, BYU doesn't get you going.
They had a good season. They were a fun story.
Colorado, man, come on.
But
that's right. Deion Sanders doesn't get you ramped up
they
a little
got
bit.
Deion.
I know you get you.
Houston, big football school.
There you go.
Right?
Again, and a fine conference, just not
great basketball conference.
Just future Big 10 schools.
Arguably the best basketball conference.
Yeah.
989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Hey, we talk about having the home field advantage. We know the Broncos are going to have the home field advantage this weekend. The Seahawks are going to have a home field advantage this weekend. Well, if your home or business uses propane, the company with the advantage is Forward Energy. Since 1925, they've been serving our local community with propane and fuel solutions for homes and businesses. Local people, reliable service. That is Forward Energy, part of the home team. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on The Mitt. I'm glad to have you with us, John. We're going to do our spread picks when we come back. Hasn't been a great season for you, but you can end strong.
Who's winning in the postseason, though?
I don't know. We keep track of the whole season.
I'm winning in the postseason.
Oh.
Who went 0-4 last week, by the way?
Shut up,
Kyle did.
I did. Shut up. I did better than Ben in week 1.
That's right.
But who's better overall? You boy.
No, better overall would actually be me. So.
Hey, Mid-Michigan, do your eyes feel itchy or irritated all day? That is not normal. And Mid-Modern Eye Care and Dry Eye Clinic specializes in dry eye treatment that actually works. If your eyes burn, water, or feel tired from screens, they can help you get real lasting relief. From advanced dry care to exams, glasses, and contacts, they've got you covered. Stop dealing with the discomfort and start seeing comfortably again. See better, feel better with Mid-Modern Eye Care and Dry Eye Clinic.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Hi, this is Kurt Yeiter from Yeiter Insurance Group. When the calendar flips, we all have new goals, new adventures, and new things to protect. At Yeiter Insurance Group, your hometown auto owner's insurance agency, they're here to help you enter the new year fully covered. New car, new home, or simply wanting peace of mind for your family. Yeiter's team offers one-on-one guidance to match you with the auto owner's coverage that fits your life. Call Yeiter Insurance Group or visit our website for a free coverage review. Yeiter Insurance Group, your friend in the insurance business.
This winter, the hottest action in Midland isn't on a screen. It's on the court at the Dow Tennis Classic, February 15th through the 22nd. The lights, the speed, the perfect hush just before a match-winning shot. It's all back, and it's more electrifying than ever. Come watch world-class athletes battle for every point, every set, every moment, right here in your own backyard. It's fast, it's fierce, and it is unforgettable. Tickets are on sale now. Visit DowTennisClassic.com. Be there February 15th to the 22nd for the Dow Tennis Classic.
The doctors at Midland Eye Care want you to know a comprehensive eye exam is the only way to protect and detect vision-related disease. It goes beyond improved vision from glasses or contact lenses. Many common eye diseases such as glaucoma, diabetic eye disease, and age-related macular degeneration often have no warning signs. A dilated eye exam is the only way to detect these diseases in their early stages. This message brought to you by Midland Eye Care, your vision source on Eastman Road in Midland, on Cedar and Gladwin, and now on East Washington in Freeland.
They know the roads, they know the weather, and they know the community. That's because Forward Energy is fueled by local people who serve the same areas that they live in. Through every sports season and every weather season, they're proud to be on the home team. From automatic deliveries to flexible payment options, Forward Energy makes it easy to stay comfortable all year long. Forward Energy, your hometown propane and fuel supplier since 1925. There's pizza, and then there's Pizza Baker Pizza.
At Pizza Baker, every pie starts with our handcrafted sourdough. Then it hits our 800-degree oven for about 2 minutes and served hot and fresh. Whether you're grabbing a Neapolitan classic or trying something new. You'll taste the difference in every bite.
Pizza Baker, trust me, you're going to love this pizza.
Visit Pizza Baker on Main Street in downtown Midland, home of the Margaroni.
Every Wednesday on the Ben Bosscher Show, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet, you've got a chance to be a big winner.
That's what this is all about. It always has been about.
If you want a chance to go see the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham, two-time All-Star, we've got the perfect opportunity for you. Big Win Wednesday, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet. On Wednesday, January 28th, we're going to give away 2 tickets to the Pistons-Nets game scheduled for February 1st. Again, that is Big Win Wednesday. Pistons tickets, thanks to our friends at Garber Chevrolet.
Scrolling? Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters?
Yeah.
100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of.
It's hot!
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today, and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, it's that time of the week. Hopefully, I don't think it'll be possible for us to do a half hour this time. It's our NFL spread picks. This is like the trap line of the week. Why is it only 3.5? That's way too sus for me.
They're going to beat Jacksonville by a touchdown. I don't care if they have to go overseas to do it.
This is like disgusting football, and I want no part of it.
NFL against the spread.
Conference championship weekend, ladies and gents. We've arrived.
We've arrived.
2 trips to the Super Bowl on the line. 2 tickets will be handed out. The rest of the teams will be sent to Cancun to join everybody else. The first game, well, actually, before we do the games, let's do the standings.
Yeah.
Heading into the week, 3 games left. Kyle is 54-60. I am 52-62. John is 49-62-1. If we've learned anything this year, it is, in fact, that Vegas always wins.
Well, and we doubled up the games, you know.
Yes.
So that's why you've had this free fall, and that's why my record at 49-62 looks way better than it did a couple weeks ago.
That's true.
Yeah. For people wondering, I'm 3-7 in the playoffs. Ben is 2-8 in the playoffs.
Yikes.
And John is 6-4 in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Look at
Come on now.
go.
Come on now. It's too easy.
First game, Patriots, 4.5-point favorites in Denver. This is at 3 o'clock on
CBS.
Nancy and Romo.
100.9 The Mitt.
100.9 The Mitt.
More important.
I don't know who's calling that game on Westwood 1.
Harlan probably's got the NFC. Let me get it real quick.
Nope, that's okay.
No,
All
I'll
right,
get it. I'll get it.
Patriots, 4.5-point favorites in Denver. Jared Stidham.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May. What's the first thing you guys think of when you start thinking about this?
Mid versus backup.
You think Drake May is mid?
Is that
What?
bad? Is that bad, Kyle? No, it's the MVP of the league, Drake May. Come on. And a guy that Sean Payton's going to make, the second coming, according to everybody on Twitter.
Who's everybody?
Yeah.
Like as in all the people that don't know anything?
Wow.
Right.
Wait, play that sounder again? I think we need that sounder.
No,
even if it's really
we got
low.
music
Even
playing.
if it's really low.
We got music playing.
But even if it's really low?
We got music playing.
I think my first immediate reaction to this game goes, I think
Most
people
of you
are
guys don't know really much about anything.
I think people are way too leaning into the Denver has no chance, but you actually think the complete opposite. More people, and it sounds like you do too, Kyle. More people think, oh, Denver, they're kind of frisky in this one. I don't know if I agree with that at all.
That's been kind of the play, though, lately. Like, people are starting to rely on Jarrett Stidham a little bit. So, not rely on him, but they think that he might have a chance in this. And I don't. I mean, not that I don't, but it's just like, I'm not going to sit here and act like Jarrett's. I'm not going to convince myself. This is what people did when Max Brosmer stepped in for J.J. McCarthy. They were like, wait a second. He's about to step in and take J.J. McCarthy's job. And then he threw 5 picks against Seattle. And so I just am getting a little bit of vibes of that. I don't know. People are buying into this a little bit too hard.
It's a little different, though, because it was based on your guys open at 9 o'clock, and then when you guys are doing like the hypothetical like prop picks and everything, you guys value Sean Payton as an offensive mind to a degree that I don't think I do.
Okay.
So if you do, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but then Bo Nix, Jarrett Stidham, he's going to make them playoff ready. That's been the whole conversation that, like, oh, don't overlook Sean Payton. He wouldn't have a guy who's a backup who couldn't be a starter. That's what every NFL team says. Oh, we feel our backup could be a starter if our starter goes down. No, there's a reason that Jarrett Stidham's been a backup for his entire career. The fact that all the hype videos around him have been Patriots preseason highlights against the Giants. Hopefully, he does a good job. It's a good game, but if this is even a question, then Drake May is overrated in my opinion. If you don't think that that this is a layup for who's supposed to be the MVP of the league, then I don't think he's as good as you think he is. And that's with respect to the Broncos defense.
I was about to say, the reason it's not a layup is because you're on the road in what is potentially the best home field advantage in the AFC, just from a pure element standpoint, playing in the elevation, and you're going up against the best defense in the conference for the second consecutive week. That's why it's not a layup. Like, what are the odds this game is like 13-10? I feel like that is just, we're destined for something like that.
Well, it's 13-10. You should be picking Denver then, buddy boy, because it's 4.5.
I'm picking the Patriots.
All right.
I think Denver can score the first drive of the game. On script, Sean Payton. Once you kind of have to go off script, that's when I get really concerned with this Denver team. I think the Patriots have a good enough defense to really slow down Stidham, and then if the game is really on, in his hands down the stretch, obviously I don't trust him. I do trust Drake May to figure out a way to put up, 17 points in this one. That should be enough. So I'm going with the Patriots.
This has moved, by the way. I think it's important to note this. This line opened at 5.5. It has moved a full point to 4.5, which is interesting because people are still all over New England. That's the hardest part about both of these games, is there is a heavy public favorite in both of these. People are all over the Pats, and I just think I would rather be wrong about Drake May than Jarrett Stidham. That's kind of where I'm at. If I picked the Broncos and picked Jarrett Stidham and he was terrible, I would feel like the biggest idiot. And if I picked the Patriots and they don't cover against Jarrett Stidham and the Broncos, I would be like John and think, wow, that's not my fault. That's Drake May and the Patriots' fault. So
I feel like the most likely outcome is Patriots win and don't cover, and then we're all mad.
Yeah, right. I'm taking the Patriots, though.
I'm taking the Patriots as well.
A unique stat with this one, the Broncos defense actually led the league in penalties this year. You know who else did? The 2015 Broncos that won the Super Bowl. You know the difference between the Broncos teams? One was quarterbacked by Peyton Manning. The other is quarterbacked by a guy named Jarrett Stidham. It's going to be close, but I think the Patriots do enough to win, probably by a touchdown, but with it being 4.5, that means I'm going to rock with New England. And how about that? The Pats back in the Super Bowl. It's like they never left because really it's only been a couple years.
I saw, the Thanos meme that's like, where did that bring you? Back to me.
Correct.
It was like, you preyed on the Chiefs dynasty, and where did that bring you? And then it was Drake May cropped into Thanos. Back to me.
Chiefs downfall. Yeah.
That's what I said, right?
Said dynasty, but it's okay.
Well, yeah, mini dynasty. Dynasty, nonetheless. Okay, our next game is the Rams taking on Seattle. Got to make this one semi-quick. But before we do that, got to tell you, 11 o'clock hour, as always, brought to you by our friends over at Kiper Insurance. They want to make sure you're covered every step of the way. Locally owned and trusted in Midland for decades, they treat you like family, not just another policy number. From home and auto to business and life insurance, Kiper is the right coverage for every stage of life. Their team makes insurance simple with expert advice and real people you can actually talk to. That is Kiper Insurance Group. We'll be there when you need us since 1940. How about this, guys? Rams, Seahawks, I don't need to explain it any further than I already have. The past 5 weeks, the past 6 weeks, I already told everyone today in the 9 o'clock hour, I got the Rams in this one. I'm not betting on Sam Darnold. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, guys, the way you guys talk about Sam Darnold, it's like he's the worst quarterback in the league. He actually led the league in turnovers this year, which is
and turnover-worthy plays.
Pretty amazing. Gosh, I'm going to be rooting for him hard in terms of my pick. I don't think he's going to be the catalyst to victory. I think the Seattle defense is. I think they're just so darn lethal.
And special teams, too.
And special teams that I think they're going to make. I think they're going to make the Rams offense. You got to contain them. You're not going to shut down the offense. Puka, who's smiling hard on our graphic right now, he's going to get his. But I think beyond that, they're not going to be able to run the ball. And I think Seattle is going to maybe force some turnovers and make it a difficult day for LA. It's going to be close, 2.5, but I'm going to take the home team here. I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, last week when we made our picks, and I went with San Francisco. I just thought, okay, I don't think Seattle's defense is going to just bury a team into the ground and be able to separate themselves, and they did. I don't think it's going to be as drastic this week, but I think Seattle's defense is just going to kick it in overdrive.
Kyle.
Bet 2.5.
I'll keep it simple. There's two major heavy public favorites here. I can't pick both of them. I've been on the Rams all playoffs, and I am willingly rooting for Matt Stafford. That's right, Lions fans. I still root for Matt Stafford. Give me the Rams plus 2.5.
I don't like this. Now
that's right.
I can't
you
win.
are too. That's your
That's
pick,
right.
buddy.
I might even rock my Stafford jersey.
No. It's because I can't. It's now I can't win. I'm one game out. The best I can do is tie him.
So switch your pick.
I'm not switching my pick. It's not what I believe is going to happen.
So then
you know what people?
Why do you care about winning?
You know what people talk to me about all the time? They're like, "Well, what do you actually? I heard what you said on the radio. What do you actually think?" I mean, I actually think what I said on the radio.
People ask me that all the time about you too, Ben, and I think
it's like, what does he actually think?
Yeah.
It's like I'm not telling you what. Like I'm lying on the show. 989-837.
He's actually so mad right now.
It's such a.
He just made himself mad. No one even brought it up.
989-837-6125. Your dream lawn, this spring, Cervinsky sod can literally roll that out. Locally grown, top-quality sod that turns patchy yards into backyard showstoppers, and they've been doing it for over 50 years, which means they're experts. Whether you're fixing a rough spot or redoing your whole yard, Cervinsky delivers lush, green perfection. Fast, friendly, and farm fresh because your grass should be greener this summer. Don't settle for a bland yard. Increase the value of your home and get the lawn that your neighbors will envy with Cervinsky sod. Dr. Scott from Scott Family Dental coming on next.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Leaky gutters?
No problem.
Shabby shingles?
We got this.
Remodeling?
Yup, that too.
Call Bresky Siding and Building Repair, your roof, gutter, and remodeling experts.
Any job, anywhere. Bresky can do it all.
Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today for all your roofing and gutter needs.
Call my dad, 989-529-8167.
It's time to think about your pig. You know, the propane tank in your backyard that heats your home. Well, there's no better company to fill your pig than Forward Energy, covering over 20 counties. Forward Energy is a family-owned and operated propane supplier that's fueled area homes, farms, businesses, and hunters and anglers since 1925. Fill your pig this year. Visit forwardenergy.com to find out about new customer pricing and programs.
With Forward Energy.
A beautiful yard increases both the value of your home and the quality of your life. Commercially, landscaping creates a positive impression of your professionalism and commitment to community, customers, and employees. Cervinsky Sod has been creating and maintaining outdoor spaces for 56 years. Whether your project is residential or commercial, the team at Cervinsky Sod Services will work with you to build and meet budgets and finish the job with top quality and in a timely manner. To get a quote, call 989-835-4810 or visit CervinskySodService.com.
Hey Midland, join the Silver Sneakers and Renew Active programs at the Midland Community Center, where fitness for seniors is fun and free. With Silver Sneakers and Renew Active, seniors 65 and older enjoy access to Greater Midland Community Center, North Family Center, and Coleman Family Center, all at no extra cost with eligible Medicare Advantage plans. Dive into all group fitness classes, exclusive Silver Sneakers classes, and our Greater Midland Walking Club. Get moving with Silver Sneakers and Renew Active at the Midland Community Center.
From the hometown heroes to the college legends to the pros on Sunday, 100.9 The Mitt is your home for wall-to-wall play-by-play coverage. High school football, basketball, and hockey.
Region champions for the first time in school history.
Michigan State football and basketball.
Touchdown, MSU!
The NFL, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night primetime games. And don't think we forgot about your hometown team. The Great Lakes Loons.
That ball's over and out of here.
100.9 The Mitt.
Hey, I'm Ben Bosscher.
And I'm Kyle Sandel.
And the two of us are live every weekday on 100.9 The Mitt at 9 a.m. until noon, giving you opinions on the teams that you care about the most.
The Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, those teams.
And a whole lot more. Whether we're breaking down a game from the night before, debating the biggest news from the day, or doing a draft or spread picks, we're always having fun. I mean, come on, it's our job to talk about sports. How could we not be having fun?
So if the big games aren't enough for you, if you're a real diehard fan, this show is going to be perfect for you. You can count on us to be your morning sports outlet every day.
The Ben Bosscher Show with Ben Bosscher and Kyle Sandel on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
You hear the name all the time. Here's the face. Dr. Brandon Scott, Scott Family Dental, joining us now here on the show. A big-time baller. See him at the community center all the time. You may not know it's him, but the guy down on the court getting buckets, wearing the Scott Family Dental t-shirt, that is him.
One of the guys getting one of the buckets. Thank you for that. That makes me sound really good. So good thing there's not a huge audience at those games. Otherwise, you'd probably know the truth that I am inbounding the ball and helping on defense. But other than that, yeah, that's completely accurate. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna leave this to you. You want to talk a little football first, or do you want to talk some dentistry first?
Well, let's just lead into it with football. I'm all in for the the football talk, whatever you want to go with there. Dentistry, I do that every day. We can talk about that too. But I'm just in the sports mode right now.
See, I'm the inverse. I talk about the football every day.
True.
It's not often I get to do the dentist
So why don't you
stuff.
talk about dentistry? I'll talk about football. We can do that. Kind of mix things up a little bit, confuse the whole audience with this.
Perfect. You tell me who you think's gonna to win the conference championships this weekend. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
Gosh, I'm holding on to a bit of hope that the Seahawks are going to pull it out, only because Kenneth Walker, Sparty, that's the last thing I've got going for me. That's keeping me motivated to watch these games, because Lions being out, it's just tough for me to find something to pull for now. But Seahawks just look good. They just look real good.
They do.
Defense-wise, they're crushing it out there. Darnold's really slinging the ball around a little bit there. And, it's just going to be an interesting finish, but I really like the Seahawks.
And unfortunately, Charbonnet goes down with the season-ending injury last week, which means if they are to win this game, I feel like it's going to be because Kenneth Walker has a big-time game, puts up yards, puts up touchdowns.
He's going to have to. The defense that he's going up against is going to be a tough one, and he's one of those guys. He's like feast or famine.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen games from him where he'll get out there, run 20 times, and get 40 yards. So he's going to have to. The O-line's really going to have to open holes for him to make sure that he's got the lanes that he needs, because he's creative. He's kind of like that Barry Sanders light running back. It works great when it does, and when it doesn't, man, it's tough to watch. So we'll see how that goes. But
you really just pissed off some Michigan fans for sure, though.
I'm sure I did.
K9 to Barry Sanders.
Hey, Charbonnet's awesome too. I got to say, Seahawks, they really had a nice 1-2 thing going there. So it's tough to see a running back like that go down.
So what about the AFC? You giving the Broncos any sort of chance with Jared Stidham?
Yes, Stidham, he was good in college. I don't know if it's going to translate. And their coaches, Peyton's, he can drop some things that's going to get Stidham in good positions to, make some winning plays. But, man, at the end of the day, it's tough to see that Bo Nix going down. It's tough to see that team winning it. But we'll see. We'll see.
So earlier this week, I'm realizing to myself, I'm like, man, I haven't made a dentist appointment in a while. I've lived here for almost 2 years, not quite. And I was doing the driving back home to Grand Rapids to do the dentist, and I was like, this is annoying now.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's time. Let's get the dentist. Let's be an adult and get in a dentist up where you live. So I call Scott Family Dental, and just like that, it's that easy to get yourself set up.
There we go. Talk to Michelle.
I did. Very nice.
She's great. She's awesome. Yeah.
Send over they make it really easy.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm happy to hear that, because that's one of the things we want to do is make it easy for people to get in, get their appointment made, and just get the ball rolling. At the end of the day, the hardest thing to do is to start something new. And if it's been a minute since you've been to the dentist, let's make it as easy as possible. That's really our goal.
Yeah, I think I have an appointment set up right now, and you guys are probably still waiting. I haven't even sent the insurance stuff or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
So Michelle's probably sitting there like, when's this guy getting back? I promise I'll get back to you.
We have your paper on the desk. I see it every day. It says Ben Bosscher, waiting for insurance info, TBD. So it is right there as soon as you got it. But
now I feel bad.
No. But
it's one of those things like, yeah, I'll do it in the next 24 hours. And then
Right.
by the time I'm ready to do it, it's past 5 o'clock. I'm like, I don't want to text them past. Anyway.
That's the sort of personal care we try to give to people is, if you call a big office or something like that, our goal is to really get you in, get to know you, and make sure that all of our team is doing everything we can to make you successful with, getting your oral health right.
I've got my old dentist used to tell me like every single time they tell me the same thing. Make sure you're getting down underneath because you got a lot of plaque buildup. Like, you think I'm not brushing my teeth? You guys tell me the same thing every 6 months. I try to get down there as much as possible. I think I just have bad genes, so you guys are going to have to
we'll
clean my bottom teeth out.
I tell you what, there's a lot of twice-a-year flossers out there, so we'll find out real quick which one you want.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to like that. You're not going to like that. I'm telling you that right now. I'll spend 3 minutes every morning and every night brushing my teeth, and I'll try to get down there and get in the crevices. The flossing, I always tell myself I'm going to start doing it, and then you don't do it 2 days in a row, and it's like, I guess I'm just not doing that anymore. I probably shouldn't be admitting this.
Well, that's fine. Hey, no one's listening. You're fine. Yeah, no one's going to
know. What's your favorite part about the job right now?
Right now, we're doing some new stuff with some Botox therapy, actually. Not cosmetic. We're not trying to, give you, Paris Hilton face or something like that. But we're looking for TMJ and migraine patients, people who are having issues with their jaw being tight, leading to or related to their migraine issues. It's a newer therapy that we're seeing in a lot of offices these days. You'll find them in med spas, but really our goal is to find those patients who are having those issues. Maybe a night guard's not working. Maybe, physical therapy isn't working for your TMJ issues. And Botox is just a really great match for dentistry because, we go to dental school, we learn everything about the head and neck anatomy. We also give like dozens of injections every day. So you kind of marry those two. It's like it's a perfect fit for our field. And so that's one of the things that we're really trying to integrate with our practice. So if you're someone who's suffering from those things, that's a great opportunity for you to come in and check that out.
Yeah, I bet most people wouldn't think like the migraine stuff could root from that.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys been working on getting that integrated?
This is in the past year, actually. So what we've done is we've started to look at the things on the table for what we can offer patients. And a lot of requests have come from patients about these issues with their TMJ. And, previously we've been slinging night guards at people, which can work. But, taking it to the next level to make sure that we have everything available to someone that we can offer to make sure that we're treating their concern. And that's where the Botox therapy comes in.
Has that been a new challenge for you at all?
Absolutely. It's kind of going back and revisiting a lot of those anatomy things that we did learn in dental school, revisiting a lot of the ways that we're giving injections and applying those to things that are not inside the mouth, but obviously in the jaw, even going back to your head, neck, and shoulders area there. A lot of muscles that we'll look at to target for trigger point therapy and things like that. But it's a nice natural fit for what we do because our whole office is invested in that in terms of how we talk to patients and how we can implement those procedures for people.
So you said part of the office's goal is to get to know their patients, see how wide it's a good fit and all that. I want people to get to know you because you've got an interesting story in relating to Michigan and Michigan State, kind of being an alumni of both.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
So I have, well, first of all, nowadays I can say I've been to 3 Big Ten schools in my career. I went to Michigan State for my undergrad, went to Michigan for my dental school, and then UCLA, which, yes, is a Big Ten school, which sounds so strange, but we're getting used to that now.
There's a whole generation of people that are like, what else would it be?
Whole generation of like Pac-10 to Pac-12 to whatever the Pac they are now out west to Big Ten. And it's just funny when I talk to people about, my journey through that, going to Michigan State and then Michigan specifically, say, which side do you root for? I am always honest. I say, look, I'm a Spartan. I grew up when I was like 3 years old. We do the whole like Michigan State thing with a thumbs up. So I'm, for the listeners there, I'm doing thumbs down for Michigan, thumbs up for State. But
teach them young.
Teach them young. That's right. So brainwashed at a young age is always the way to go. But
it's hard to shake that too.
It's so hard. It's so hard. But I got to say, it's fun following all the sports that are going on in the state. The basketball programs have been outstanding to watch. 2 completely different ways to build a team from Michigan State's perspective to Michigan's perspective. And it's just really great to be in a state where we've got 2 fantastic schools like that.
So we're 7 days away from their collision course that we've been anticipating basically since November.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know who you're going to say, but what's your prediction for that one?
I tell you, I'm very nervous about the game only because it's going to be such a hard-fought game. It's going to be tough. I mean,
it's going to be physical.
It's going to be physical. That's not going to be a game where children should have, not have earbuds in while they're at the game or something like that. It's gonna be rowdy. But
are we going as far as saying kids shouldn't be welcome at the Breslin Center that day?
Should be welcome with the caveat that they're going to learn some new words that night. Is my guess. But it's going to be a great game. I really like the way that Dusty May has put that program together for Michigan. You look at guys like Yaxel coming in.
Yeah.
It's just like it's the new way to do college basketball. And the way that Izzo's done it has worked for him for 30 years now. So it's kind of like a collision course of, tradition versus the modern way that college sports works. And it's just kind of fun that way, too, to watch that, to watch those beasts collide, if you will.
Yeah, I think Michigan, they're almost a blueprint as to how to construct a college basketball thing. Like, at the end of December, we were doing like a bunch of awards.
Yeah.
And I gave Dusty May the GM of the Year award because of the way that he constructed like, I know he's a coach, but you're kind of a GM in the same sense when you're a college basketball coach at this level. And Izzo's basically like, no, I'm not doing any of that. Like, I am a coach, and it works for both of them. Finally get the collision course on a week from today, Friday night. Dr. Brandon Scott, man, you got anything else to plug in right here with new things that people should know about the office right now?
Well, I'll just say, if you're looking for a new office, somewhere you want to just feel welcome, somewhere you're looking for, that personal touch like we always talk about, and somewhere where you feel like you can just air what you have going on, with your oral health and not feel judged, we're that office for you. So I welcome anybody who's looking for that, and we want to work with you, and hopefully you'll stop by.
He can give you the bright smile you need. You can see our bright smiles on YouTube right now. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Brandon Scott, Scott Family Dental. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, we'll do our 2 traditions to close out every show when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live on The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
It is the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. This month's recipient is Anyela Eichelberger from Saginaw United. With a 3.99 GPA, Anyela is a 2-sport athlete in volleyball and tennis. She serves as a youth ambassador, a stand-up student, and her art is award-winning.
You have art good enough, the teacher will enter your pieces into the show. I did not even know mine was entered into the show. And I actually won 2 awards for the 2 pieces that were entered. The medium I used was color pencil, and it was like a geometric sort of shape, and then the other one was like dot art.
Anyela has been dual enrolled at Delta College in her senior year. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themitt.com.
Every successful team starts with a solid game plan, and your business technology should be no different. IronStack Technology helps organizations design, protect, and manage IT systems that perform when it matters most. With a focus on security, reliability, and execution, IronStack keeps your businesses ready for the next play. IronStack Technology, solution-driven, mission-focused. Learn more at ironstacktechnology.com.
Hi, this is Jim Mahoney with Link Technologies. If you are a business or a nonprofit organization wondering how to navigate today's technologies landscape, let Link Technologies' talented staff work with you to develop a technology plan custom to your specific needs. We bring 27 years of experience helping businesses and nonprofit organizations just like yours achieve their technology goals. Contact us today and see how the right balance between cloud and on-premise resources can best work for you.
The Michigan Baseball Foundation is more than just baseball. It's a driver of economic growth and community. Operating one of the nation's top minor league stadiums, MBF supports job creation and regional development. Through creative partnerships and charitable giving, MBF has helped bring projects like Dow Diamond, the East End Development, Fairfield Inn and Suites, the Plaza, and the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA to life, generating over $23 million annually in economic impact. Every Great Lakes Linz ticket supports these efforts. Learn more at MichiganBaseballFoundation.org.
This is more than just a lineup. It's a daily ritual for the die-hard Michigan sports fans. At 6 a.m., Anthony Bellino wakes up the state with Spin on Sports.
I do not believe it.
At 9, the Ben Bosscher Show is appointment listening hosted here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
I would like to buy some Casey Mine stock.
America's Best takes over at noon. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Well, what about Patrick Mahomes?
And at 3, Bill Simonson brings it home on The Huge Show. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt for the most passionate fans in Michigan.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think.
I think if the Pistons trade for Michael Porter Jr., they are winning the Eastern Conference. I think just because the Lions missed the playoffs this season doesn't mean there's any need for big-time changes when it comes to the regime of Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and Jared Goff for that matter. I think every time we see this Michigan basketball team take the floor, we are witnessing one piece of what could be a historic season. And I think if you agree or disagree with anything I just said, you should listen to The Ben Bosscher Show, weekdays from 9 to noon.
Local sports don't stop when the game ends, and neither do we. 100.9 The Mitt is your digital home for the latest news across the state of Michigan. From high school to college and the pros, it's all on our socials. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search 100.9 The Mitt and join the squad. Stay locked in on the latest stats and stories with exclusive video takes from local talent. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MHSAA, are the 292,000 high school sports students in Michigan. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, soccer, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, administrators, and officials. We stand for the swimmers, football players, and wrestlers. We stand for the golfers, softball, and volleyball players. We stand as the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, this is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. We've got two traditions to close this thing out. The first of those is our Lock of the Day.
Lock of the Day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
I'm 1 for 1 when I have made this bet, and that would be Asar Thompson's points, rebounds, and assists. His over-under is 18.5 tonight against Houston. Last two games against Houston, he's averaging 22 points plus rebounds plus assists. I think this Houston defense gets a ton of credit for being these hounds on the outside. I think those guys are going to be guarding Tobias Harris and Cade Cunningham and almost like leaving Asar Thompson open on purpose, obviously because you can't shoot, but I think they're basically going to ignore him. And I think when he's going against his brother, he becomes a little bit more aggressive in terms of hunting, trying to get into the paint. Not necessarily hunting his shots, but just trying to get into the paint. And that's how you start racking up these points, rebounds, and assists. So I'm going to go with Asar Thompson having a nice little fill the box score up type of game against his twin brother and the Houston Rockets tonight. He's been hot. He's been playing nice.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah, no, this is a solid pick. Yeah. Do you want me to give an update to the people, or are you just out on that?
Oh, yeah.
The days that you lose?
Go ahead. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, yesterday did not hit, so this is a big day for Ben because he's 0.23 units down in the Big 2-6 right now, so this could get you back up above. And this matters on the week because you're 0.42 units up on the week, but if this doesn't hit, obviously, then you go down on the week. So you've gone 1-1 as far as the first 2 weeks of the year go, so this would be a nice jolt. And like I said, you seem to do this one a lot.
Points, rebounds, assists?
For Asar. It just seems like kind of the Asar bet you go to, but it usually works, though. It usually does work out.
I don't remember doing this any more than just once.
Yeah, you did
it
more than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and it hit.
And then you did it 6 other times in 2025.
Seriously?
I have no idea. I just made that up.
Oh. I feel like Asar's someone I've leaned on a little bit, which is ironic.
But this usually hits, though, so yeah. I like it. I'll tail this.
Love that.
Most of these Pistons ones I do, so, it's kind of just my bias showing. But, I think the twin thing really plays, I
do, too.
Asar and Amen, they don't really guard each other in these games, but I don't know. You watch these guys play, man, they are some of the more competitive guys in the league. And I know it's a cliche thing to say, but they are. They go at other dudes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're three times the
twin,
athlete that everyone else is.
Yeah. Did you see Asar the other day? They asked him about this game, and he was like, yeah, man, he's technically my older brother, but he's going to be my little bro after this game. That's funny.
Amen is just clearly better than him. That's the problem.
Oh, come on. We don't got to do all that.
He is.
We don't got to do all that, though.
Okay, we won't.
Yeah.
then we'll watch the game tonight and no.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm trying to even think of who like the third best athlete is in the NBA today, like just in terms of athleticism, like jumping the lanes, how quick these guys are, how high. Those guys are so far ahead of everybody else. They're truly joys to watch. It's funny because they're one of ones, but then there's two of them. So they're two of twos.
Of ones?
That's how twins work.
Yeah.
That's the lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
You see this notification that's just blowing up with who the Bills are interviewing?
Yes, dude.
What are they doing?
I can't believe
Why?
this. Do you remember
people are dumb.
some time ago, right when this offensive coordinator jazz started, I was jokingly in our Instagram comments said the Lions should hire Philip Rivers as the OC. Like just as like a meme thing to comment.
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
And now the Bills might hire him as the coach? We all want to let the star quarterback pick the coach, you know? We got to let the star QB pick his coach, and then he picks Philip Rivers, and then we're all like, oh.
Philip Rivers was out of the NFL, and then in a 3-month span is going to be playing quarterback and coaching Josh Allen? What?
Pretty awesome.
This league is funny, man. It really is. There's just... It's a funny league. Okay, let's move forward with our next tradition to close out every show. But before we do that, I got to tell you about our new friends over at Great Lakes Spine and Medical. Hey, Michigan, if you're dealing with back or joint pain, I know sometimes my back flares up after a big old basketball game. Sometimes you go out and you play 18, and all of a sudden you're like, my back. That's me sometimes. Don't just live with it. Great Lakes Spine and Medical helps you get real relief by treating the root of the problem, not just the symptoms. Quick, non-invasive care that gets you moving better and feeling stronger. Book your appointment today with Great Lakes Spine and Medical and stop letting the pain slow you down. Why'd you put your headset on?
Can I add one thing?
Is your mic on?
No.
Now it is.
Can I add one thing about Rivers?
Sure.
He went 13-1 this year with his high school football team. They lost in the state semifinals. So I think he's actually perfect for the Buffalo job.
Oh.
He'll lose right before the big one.
I didn't.
That's genius. And now he's gone.
That's good, John. That's really good. Okay, we have a second tradition to close out the show, and that is predicting what Colin Cowherd's Open is going to be. The Herd, Fox Sports Radio, takes over at noon. What do we think that this guy is going to open up his show with in 8 minutes? Kyle?
Well,
this one I like when you update the people.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. The score is still 43-34. Neither of us have gotten a point in a couple of days. Yesterday, he did a Buffalo Bills lead, actually. So I don't think he could run it back. This Phil Rivers news is just coming out in the last, 10 minutes. And it's not really like they've hired him. It's just they're interviewing him. But, yeah, it's still 43-34. And today, it is your turn to go first.
What do
Potential
we
for a
want?
10-point lead. That's got to be the largest lead ever if you get there.
Yeah, ever. In any sport.
Right.
Any game.
Yeah, in anything.
Let's see. I haven't really thought about this until this very moment.
I usually don't,
I don't think it's going to be anything Philip Rivers. Nothing really happened yesterday big in the sports world, I don't think. Coco Gauff won last night. I think he leads with that.
Naomi Osaka got in a fight, too, apparently, after an argument.
I saw that.
Yeah.
She was very apologetic in her press
Oh,
conference.
really? Okay.
But it seems to be the other person's fault. I don't know. She just seems sweet and nice.
Right, yeah.
Oh man, I guess I'll just
I
go
know,
with
it's bad.
I'll go with Seattle. I'll go with Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about just running it back with what I did yesterday with picking what did I pick yesterday?
I don't know.
Oh, I did Denver Broncos Sean Payton's going to figure this thing out with Jarrett Stidham, blah, blah, blah.
I'll run it back.
But I don't know yet because there's a couple other things that I think have some weight to it. This college football playoff stuff came out today.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's lead worthy because it's not new. It's just they're doing 12 teams again. So I don't think that's it. Mendoza declared for the draft this morning. So maybe there's a Mendoza to the league thing. I could see that potentially. And that's about it. That's really all I have. So LeBron is mad at Jeannie Buss after she was mad at him. That whole thing's going on.
So what are you picking?
I'm just going to run back Sean Payton and the Broncos and Jarrett Stidham. Sean Payton's going to dial this thing up for Jarrett Stidham. Don't count the Broncos out. They got a chance, that whole thing.
Okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks.
What's John picking, though?
John, what are you picking?
Ooh.
He put the headset back on.
Ooh. Did he touch on the Lakers?
Did he? No.
It's Colin Coward's show. It's Colin Coward's show.
Can't even recover from that. Did he touch on
we can't talk about him, okay?
the Lakers and Ginny Butt stuff or no?
He didn't lead with it.
Who, Colin or did he?
Colin.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think he talked about him.
I don't know. I think that's worth talking about. So I'll go
Is
with
that your pick?
Yeah, but no, we appreciate that, John.
Well, you guys took the go.
Greg came on and started referencing Diddy.
Yeah, you're getting muted.
Yeah, weird. John with an all-time performance today in the 11 o'clock hour. All right, predictions for this weekend. I've got a Pistons sweep. I've got Michigan State both picking up wins. I've got the Rams, and I've got the Patriots. And we get a Rams-Patriots rematch, and this time it's actually a good game in the Super Bowl. You?
Okay, I think Patty Pamblett knocks out Justin Gaethje.
Oh, I didn't even mention that. Great addition.
Right?
Great addition.
Super excited. It's the first UFC fight night on Paramount.
Yeah. And
First
they
main
start
card.
at 9 o'clock. They saved us.
And
CBS saved us.
Sugar Sean is fighting too. Yeah, I'll go Pistons sweep. Michigan loses, and just kidding, everyone. That's basically it.
Good talk. Yeah, no, shout out to CBS and Paramount Plus for starting the pay-per-views at 9 o'clock for all the UFC fans out there. The 10 o'clock starts, and the main event not starting until 1 o'clock was ridiculous. Sounds like that's not going to happen. We'll talk to you guys Monday, 9 o'clock, to recap it all. That's the Ben Bosscher Show live on the Mitt. See you later.
The Ben Bosscher